Until we have justice. We ain't leaving until we have justice. We ain't leaving until we have justice. They're not turning off shit. They're not turning off no damn camera, bitch. They're telling the media to turn off their cameras because they don't want no fucking witnesses.
We've just been told by the St. Louis Police Department to turn off our cameras. We will not be turning off our cameras. We will continue to broadcast, even if it is at our own peril. Please continue to share this link and let the world know how the St. Louis Police Department, the county police department, is demanding that the media turn off their cameras so they cannot see what is about to happen. We will continue to broadcast. Share this link.
This is a war crime.
They have issued a second final warning.
Here we go.
It's good that fire went out.
We can't hear you. Can you speak up, officer? Use your big boy voice. Use your outside voice.
I'm hoping you guys can see this, what's going on. I can't find it in the feed, so it says it online, but I'm trying to show you what I think was from just a little bit. It was from a little video on live stream. What you're about to see on here is some fucking crazy shit, so hopefully pretty smart.
They are now continuing to advance the line. They have popped fresh rounds of tear gas. Here comes the rubber bullets. There we go.
They're using LRADs on the fucking crowd.
We have innocent victims claiming fired upon by the county. The line is sitting down, begging for the protesters not to run.
So I'm gonna put the link out for this video. I'm trying to find this shit in the feed, so give me 1 second. It's not even in the feed. I don't know what's going on here. So there's 4 people are watching, so somebody's getting it. I guess share it or something, because I cannot find it in the feed. I'm going to continue with this video from a little bit earlier on live stream. I could double check and see what time exactly it was. It was at 11 p.m. I'm guessing their time, right? Well, it's almost 9 right now. They're 2 hours ahead. There we go. Alright, so it is up and showing. Alright, so I'm going to continue with this when we might have something else too coming up. So let me go back to the video, what you guys are about to see. They're using LRADs on people. You can clearly hear
The sound that you're hearing is a crowd control tactic. It actually hurts your eardrum. Some people are preparing to be assaulted by the police department. This gentleman who brought a gas mask. He's ready. My eardrums are literally hurting. The sound is massive. You can see people holding their hands over their ears. They've issued another final warning. Protesters in there. Please continue to share this link on social media. We want the world to see. Now the line is advancing rapidly. Here they come.
So this is just from like an hour ago, about
the line is advancing.
about a couple hours ago, not that long ago.
The line is standing.
You want to see how the police escalate.
The crowd is peacefully standing with their hands in the air.
It's not even that many people, you know.
Yelling, "We are peaceful, hands up, don't shoot." Here comes the St. Louis County Police Department, continuing to advance their line. We have now pulled back a city block and a half. There it goes. They are now firing onto the crowd. Ouch! Shit! They are firing rubber bullets. Fired onto the crowd for a second time. Violence has erupted in the city of Ferguson. They are firing rubber bullets and smoke grenades. Now they are firing them into the neighborhoods, into the back of people's houses. We will continue to broadcast. I'm wearing a gas mask tomorrow. Right.
Shit, they're not body shots. We heard it again and again. And I'm fucking right. Take your bitch ass home. I'm ready for your bitch ass bitch like that home. Fucking bitch.
This is an example of a completely unprovoked attack on citizens. And there they go again. Now they're fired into the neighborhoods, right into people's houses.
Fucking neighborhood. In the neighborhood.
There are now fires in the yard right next to the houses. The St. Louis County Police Department is firing on the crowd without care for personal property or damage. There they go. They continue to fire at unarmed citizens who were engaged in a peaceful protest. This was an unprovoked attack by the St. Louis County Police Department. Now they are continuing to advance down side streets. We will continue to record this. We've got News Channel 4 running. They're attacking reporters. They are attacking civilians. They are firing upon the media. They are continuing to advance down the street. The crowd continues to disperse as the St. Louis County Police Department continues to fire rounds into the crowd in this neighborhood.
You know what I'm saying? They had all this cut off. I can't even make it home to my family. I ain't trying to do all this belligerent ass shit with these people. I'm really not.
Martial law, you guys don't didn't believe
They're
it could
continuing to
happen.
fire into the neighborhood. We literally have nowhere to go. We've been cut off from our news vehicle and being forced into a neighborhood. They're coming down the street. They're coming down the residence. You see them? There it is. There's the smoke. It's so thick. We're going to continue to record and bring this to you live from Ferguson, Missouri.
We stay in this neighborhood, it's bad. I said right across the street, it's bad. This don't make no sense.
Our cameras have been damaged. Our battery power is low, but we will broadcast.
How can you make anybody over 18 go home if they're not committing crime?
There were no crimes committed.
That's illegal to do.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna send out some links here real quick. I guess nobody got any links. I just wanted to hurry up and cut. They want, like, I'm getting tweets to share this video, so I'm trying to get it out there. I don't know. I don't know how to do fucking invites for some reason. I can't find nobody when I type their names in. Dirty. Alright. Should still be good.
They should
G
be
gets in here and gets off the
No.
invites. He's better at that shit.
KMOV News Radio was lucky enough to get to their vehicle. We are trapped away from our vehicle. The helicopter is still circling around the neighborhood as they have fired tear gas down the streets of this quiet residential neighborhood. Our video camera is damaged, but we continue to broadcast from our backup.
Get more out of it. Sit down the ground, get some more out of it.
St. Louis County Police Department is still staged down the street. Yeah.
What's up with this show?
Lisa, why you out there in there and we out here? Me and Adrian out here. Why you up on the porch and me and Adrian out here?
Y'all tripping. I ain't getting no heat with no bullets. Y'all the news people, y'all safe right here. Y'all come sit on my porch. Y'all get front class information. Cause they gonna start bombing these motherfuckers. It's gonna be Iraq or something.
Do you think the St. Louis County Police Department is going to?
St. Louis County Police Department started this shit.
Nobody committed a crime. Why are they telling people to disperse? That's what I'm not understanding. Why are they telling them to disperse when they're not committing a crime?
Don't put me on the news. My job fired me. But that,
They can sue them, Lisa. They can sue them.
I'm trying to sue them now.
There they go. They've just fired another round into this quiet neighborhood,
But
trying to get people dispersed,
This is our street.
and nobody is even gathering.
When the whole thing first started, for real, you can voice me just
What's
on
going on? Look what the fuck is going on.
in the middle of the street.
Yo.
Evening time, crisscross
Right.
St. Louis County shot rubber bullets.
I'm sharing the live stream.
Yeah, that's crazy. Last night they shot the lady in the head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten out of control.
What happened now? You guys are trying to start up a chat? Because I had seen this live stream and I had got
Yeah, I started one. Yeah, I started it like 20 minutes ago, but unfortunately I messed it up. I didn't. I put it up for tomorrow. So then they told me that you had one up and running, so I just shut that down and told everybody to come in here.
Let me share this this live stream link.
Yeah. I sent one out to all the boys, but Chad and Broland should be in here. I'm
Right.
surprised when we were running it last night, nobody showed up last night either. Even the last night we had a good damn chat. 40 plus viewers.
Oh, somebody, my aim already posted. Now I can get to some comments here. Hold on one second. I think that is good. All right, so I posted the link for that.
Sarah, did you give me snacks?
All right, shout out WP45, Ron Brown, Caregiver 7751, UT Hemp 420, My Aim 07, Save America's Liberty, Bro Lance. You guys were trying to do something? Were you guys trying to start?
I started up, like I said, I started up a chat live, but it wasn't.
Somebody was calling for a chat for somebody said the
Oh, Zed. Yeah, we got to call Zed. I already did. I sent a text out to Zed just now.
Yeah, this fucking live stream shit is crazy.
Before the quick trip got on fire.
She said the police are at their house right now.
Then when the riots broke out, they left us here to die. We said they told them the tank's gonna blow up. They said, that ain't our problem, so. That's what they
Can
told
you,
They wrong. They don't have no resources around here. They tell these kids peace. They keeping these kids oppressed, depressed, undereducated. The school districts are failing. They don't want to give them nothing. They start the shit. They ignite the fire. Then they run their ass out there to their county houses and tear up boxes up. They won't. Probably. He don't put my face on there.
No, I didn't put your face on.
You can put because my job is probably.
I'm about to copy this link and put in the chat because people want to get in here.
See, they wrong. These people down me by they not. Don't get me wrong. They wrong for burning up them people's stores. They wrong for looting and rioting. What we should have did was not spend no money in their community. However, they started the violence. They killed that boy. They shot that boy over there and put a gun in my face trying to go get my baby. My baby 20 years old, living on a apartment. That boy was on the side of the house hollering, "Don't shoot me," and they shot him somewhere he had a shotgun. When they right mad for to come out the house with a big ass shotgun. People carry handguns.
Wow.
Oh, they started this shit. They started it. Then you got these people out here scared and they let them know this is a new breed. They ain't finna go back to slavery. They not finna let them just take them down like that. They won't.
That lady knows what she's talking about.
Where the politicians that they want our votes?
This shit might be
They want
igniting,
black
bro,
votes, they don't wanna
because
come out here.
check it out. Over in South Central LA, the same shit happened like last night, I think it was. And I guess they have demonstrations planned here coming up, I think on Sunday or something. But who knows if this shit starts dominoing effect everywhere? Because this shit is happening everywhere. You know.
Can you drop the link in the sidebar, please, if you can, bro? Because I'm trying to get Chad and Lance in here.
What do you need me to do?
Just drop the link in the. I can't get the link.
Open link.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. I know, Chad. I know. Boy, these boys are impatient.
Yeah, I was wondering how long before somebody the dragon would get around to seeing that video. It's pretty intense.
Oh, what's the one from an hour or two ago?
Yeah, because I was watching that right after it posted, and I tried to get people to check it out. But Isha, you know what the sound cannon type bullshit's all about? Does your shooting earplugs might help resist some of that, or?
Well, I saw it, and I didn't even finish watching it. I saw it. I mean, I heard a dude say, "Hurry up and share this" or something. He said in the video. I'm like, I'm on it. This is worth fucking going live for. I'm bringing right now to fucking, let me see, what, 30 something people right off the bat? 38 people right now. Damn.
Wow.
These 38 people could fucking tell 38 more people or however many more people. This is insane. They use LRADs on them. I mean, you have to back up to the beginning of the video, which I'm going to run, since everybody's just getting in here, I'm going to run the video from where it gets crazy, where they start using the LRAD, all the way to where they disperse everybody off the street. And if you don't think it's fucked up, this is some martial law while we're waiting to get another thing going. Alright, so here it is from about when it started.
What the hell?
Can you see it?
Alright, Sarah, you gotta look at this.
Lock on my screen. Are you in as the dragon?
Yeah, I'm in as the dragon, yeah.
Lock on my screen.
I don't know who that is. Where's that music coming from?
That's the video.
Yeah, you gotta look at that.
Lock on my screen. Are you in as the dragon?
Yes. Yeah. It's just me and you. And
now continue to advance the line. They have popped fresh rounds of tear gas Here comes the rubber bullet.
This is where it escalates and gets crazy. They start
Hey,
using,
watch this. Come here.
they're using sound devices.
This.
Sound devices.
We have innocent victims claiming fired upon by the county.
You hear that?
Line is sitting down,
That's
begging
freedom.
protesters not to run.
That's the sound of freedom.
The sound that you're hearing is a crowd controlled sound.
Why are they doing that?
Because it causes pain. You think it's annoying on the video, you should be there live. It actually shatters or rattles your eardrums, and it makes you dizzy. It makes your vision jump.
Ready.
It's an LRAD, a long-range acoustic device.
The sound is massive.
Ain't no question about it.
Hands over their ears. They issue another final warning.
Don't look like they're going anywhere.
Protesters in there.
Damn it. That hurts my ears even from here.
Yeah, it does.
Please
about to
continue
get
to share
good.
this link on social media. We want the world to see. Now the line is advancing rapidly. Here they come. Share this link. Let the world see. The line is advancing onto the crowd. Here comes the police. The line is standing. There. Yelling, "We are peaceful, hands up, don't shoot." Here comes the St. Louis County Police Department, continuing to advance their line. We have now pulled back a city block and a half.
Hey, Tactical Tony, G, and you guys, older guys. Do you guys know who Zetas is?
Hello? Somebody call me?
Yeah. Do you know who Zetas is?
Firing rubber bullets.
I'm trying to get them in here.
I got the same rubber bullets. Who gives a fuck?
Fired onto the crowd for a second time. Violence has erupted in the city of Ferguson. They are firing rubber bullets and smoke grenades. Now they are firing them into the neighborhoods, into the back of people's houses. We will continue to broadcast.
Alright, so I already posted the link for that event or that video right there. So that's from live stream. It's not from that long ago. I won't play the whole thing again, but I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what's going on, and that's like martial law, fucking full effect.
Tony,
What's up?
do you know who Zetas is?
Yeah, Zen.
Zetas, Z. Chris posted a message on Google Plus saying that Stinger sent it to him. Look in the internal chat to see exactly what it says, and call him up and see what's up. I just copied what Chris sent in G Plus into the internal.
Yeah, G's calling him. What's G doing? G, you still there?
I don't know.
Justin G is not there.
Does he have a YouTube that you can YouTube him?
Fuck, I don't I don't know what's going on. He just said he was gonna call. Our bro Lance, do you know what's up?
Do not. That's
Nobody
why
knows.
I'm here, to learn.
Nobody knows anything about what Chris is talking about other than what's posted there.
That's why we jumped over here, though, because we thought something might be up and needed to go live about it.
Yeah, because from what I get is that they're there right now.
G's in here. We sent him a link. Let me see. No, this one with getting links out is a pain in the ass. There's an open link because I can't find nobody that I'm looking for on my fucking invite list.
Well, that might be a good idea. Anybody who's out there listening that is watching the events in Ferguson, we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, I was watching Twitter. That's how
What do you think of all that, Tony?
I like Twitter when it's used for the right purposes.
Oh, I understand that. I'm not talking about Twitter. I'm just talking about the events there, what you're seeing happening unfold in real time.
I wouldn't tolerate that shit in my studio. I know that for a fucking fact.
Hey, Tony, you were talking about some demonstrations in LA. Where did you get that info from?
What was it on? I don't know, you gotta Google it. I know where I heard it. I heard it on Fox. Yeah, I think that's where I heard it on Fox.
Okay.
Because Fox is the only main outlet that's covering this because they want to talk. They want to like paint it as like leftists. Like black people are leftists. That's how Fox is trying to do it, That's the only reason they're there. There's no other fucking reason. They're there to make fun of Al Sharpton, which is not hard. Dude, there's so much video and photos coming through. It's crazy. From Ferguson. Those guys, Mox News on YouTube, they got a video up right now. I wish I could share everything to the outside. I'm on my phone though.
Right. I asked about the LA thing because I'm gonna be down in LA tomorrow.
I see. Google. Okay.
Wow, it's amazing watching these memes being passed around. People repeating the same things.
Ronnie Brown posted a live stream link there. It looks like they're across the street from the pump shop or something.
What the fuck is that?
Tony? G is back. Hey, G, did you ever get in contact with him?
Well, just like I'll let you know, guys, RT was covering it, and I watched it, and what happened was that somebody in the crowd threw a bottle at the police.
Good, they should be doing more than that.
Yeah, they got fireworks in Missouri. They could have Roman candles and all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, the reason why they're trying to do it is they're trying to show that the cops are being, well, because they're still going at it. The cops are chasing people and still lobbing, tear gas at them, and they're running. and they already locked up. They went after 2 reporters and almost arrested them. One for, oh jeez, I can't remember. My mind's gone. But yeah, I've been watching it all night. Just somebody chucked the bottle at the cops, and that's when they just lobbed off tear gas. Happy, happy. Chad,
Mm-hmm.
what you doing, buddy?
Just watching the wheels go round.
Yeah, I was surprised when they ran. I said everybody just took off. But like I said, most of them were sitting down, and they weren't doing anything. They were just sitting there protesting, and then all of a sudden, somebody. I even see the guy who walked away. It's on the video from RT.
Yeah. I've actually been watching the live feed that, as we were talking about earlier before we went live. I've been watching the live feed of what Alex Jones has had his guys down there doing the live feed, so we've at least had a video camera on the ground, and it's not good.
No, it's not. It's not at all. I mean, but yeah, everybody just took off and darted out. And I was sitting there and I was watching it, and I said, everybody's going crazy because they're like, was it really called for? Because someone threw a bottle at the police and they're wearing armor and everything like that. I mean, it really, doesn't make any sense why they would have to do that.
That's not even to say that the person or wherever that bottle was thrown from, we don't know. It's so easy. Anytime they want to shut the stuff down, all they have to do is say, oh, there's violence, and then they escalate. So it's easy to produce the desired effect if they ever intend to escalate, and you see it happen over and over. That's why they have provocateurs. You had people running around in masks last night, telling me
they had them running around tonight too.
So who are these people? What is their intentions, and why are they the ones out there shooting people? Well, apparently somebody wants to cause trouble because that serves them. If there's trouble, it justifies the need for this Orwellian robot chicken stormtroopers standing out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it aggravated the hell out of me that everybody, darted off. It was like, they were doing everything. They were using sound. They were using tear gas, everything. I mean, they just unloaded them.
Yeah, I know. And something I've seen, about 100 times today. The bots and the government trolls and the psyop monkeys that are out there on the keyboard playing these games, they're pushing memes. And all day I've heard this. Why aren't the people at the Bundy Ranch, or why aren't the people at the Bundy Ranch out there, and why was the militants allowed to have guns and point guns and all that, and they didn't get all this stuff happening to them? And instantly drawing that race conclusion. Instantly. That it must be, it's not because, I don't know, hundreds of people were standing out there armed. Oh, no, it's not that. It's because they're white. That's why. That's
right, because most of these cops are chicken shit, and like I said, they're not going to go up against an armed person. They want to go home at night.
Exactly.
And these people were unarmed.
And that's the difference. You see the pictures of Bundy Ranch. You've seen what was out there. And they were outmatched. And all of a sudden it was a whole different story. It wasn't tear gas and LRADs. It was, we'll pack up our stuff and get the hell out of here.
And they left in a hurry.
That's right. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And they're smart. Now, if the same thing, what if everybody who was down there was standing there with an AK, with an AR, with a Mossberg? Everyone. Now what? Totally different dynamic, isn't it, officer?
Oh yeah, they're not even going to be near you. They're going to be like they were telling people. They kept on telling people stay 25 feet away from.
Yeah, they're scared of unarmed people. They're so scared, so petrified. They need their MRAP to stand there and defend it against what? The slogan on the sign? Is that what you're so scared of?
Well, like I said, I like if you've seen the video on my channel from Truth Seeker, yeah, I love that one. It's just, we'll tip the frickin' things over and then you rattle up. You asshole.
I think that is the difference. And
look, check this out. I had these videos in the post, but I don't have to post it now. So, you know, these fucking newswigs, they think they know what they're fucking talking about. Everything's about race, this, that, and the other. Talking about, wait till the facts come out, wait till the facts come out. The fucking part of the facts are already out, and they shot the fucking kid fucking a ridiculous amount of time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, who gives the police the right to fucking kill anybody, period? You
Well,
know,
see,
That's what I said last night. They regret shooting that boy. That's what we were saying last night.
and my
see,
my thing
I
is,
found out the whole story.
hold on. You gotta be fucking naive or stupid as fuck or something if you can't smell what the fuck is cooking, what's getting ready to happen. People fucking want to lie to themselves and sit here and say, oh, there's only some bad cops. There's only some bad cops. They're all being turned into fucking stormtroopers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there is something coming, and if people don't fucking know that, if the cops don't know that, if I know they know that, the cops know that, that's why they're coming up like that. You know, so don't fucking lie to yourself. Anybody lie to yourself and say, you know, some off the wall shit. It's really coming. It's really fucking coming. When people see this video and videos like this, it's gonna piss people off. You know, even the news is gonna have to cover it. The first time, you know, a couple people get shot or die or how, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Fucking rounds, one of them fucking shock and awe rounds that they fucking shoot out, fucking hit somebody in the face and kills them or some shit. I mean, it's fucking insane how they're dressed and all the gear that they have.
Well, see, the thing is, people got the misconception about rubber bullets. Rubber bullets are actually bullets with rubber coating. That's all they are.
Yeah.
People think, oh well, no, they're actually just all rubber. No, they're not. They have a rubber coating over it. That's all. Supposedly it's supposed to bounce off you, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work the other night when they shot somebody in the head with it.
Yep.
I mean, because other people have been getting killed. They had what? A girl was jaywalking. She got killed. She
A
got
whole lot of
shot.
people been getting killed.
Yeah, in that town, people been getting killed.
What you talking about last night?
Hey,
Yeah.
G,
What's up, bro?
did you ever get in contact with him?
I put out the link. I sent him out links like 3 times. I don't know if she got it or not. Tony was asking me about it when I just got on, but
Do you guys want me to clear out if you got somebody
Going on.
coming in?
1,
No.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, we got room. It's one more we're waiting for, but
Okay.
Martial law.
I'll try to do it again.
I gotta take a piss. Hold the chat down.
Yep.
Yeah, and the protest in LA is scheduled for 3 p.m. on Sunday, but that's for another person who got shot. But who knows where that'll lead?
Probably the same place.
Yeah, failure to disperse.
Hopefully.
Guys,
They want us.
Huh.
Hello.
Sorry. Hi, this is Krisha. I'm Bro Lance's wife. I just want to know what everyone thinks. Where's this going to go? There's going to have to be some end result to this, and where is this possibly going to go at this point?
Well, right now, what the government's trying to do is they're trying to break up, and because there was a lot of white people there with black people, you know, saying the same thing. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to pull it off as a race deal.
Yep.
To where and they're gonna try to separate races and say, well,
Yep.
it's a black thing, it's a white thing, and it's not. It's brutalism and tyranny is on all sides. It's not just a white and black thing. It's on all sides.
Yeah, I've had people tell me, I've had all kinds of people tell me that, oh, I shouldn't even be talking about this because I'm white and I have some type of imaginary privilege that somebody forgot to mention to me when I was born. But I'm not even supposed to be talking about this. I shouldn't even care about this because I couldn't possibly know what this is about. To me, this is only the beginning. I think Tony said this earlier. This is only the beginning. What if this is just the first town? And when is your town next? And that's why I'm concerned, is it does involve all of us. We're all in this together.
Yep.
Dude, it's not even that many people rioting and looting. It's more people protesting.
Mm-hmm.
People, I mean, otherwise that whole city would be fucking burned down.
Oh, we can hear you, G.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the crack of the whip is against the rioting or the looting, though. The crack of the whip is against the protesting. I mean, that's where it all started. That's when they rose up, was because of the peaceful protests that started. I mean, the militarization, when they came against the people, it wasn't because Quick Trip was burned down. It was because people started standing up in the streets.
All the good cops had plenty of time to stand up and rise.
That's right.
They had plenty of time. Like we were talking last night.
The good cops quit 10 years ago because they didn't want to be party to what was coming.
Yeah, they retired.
These motherfuckers deserve the fucking electric chair, and that's that. From Kellen Williams to Eric Gardner to fucking just it won't stop.
Michael Brown, yeah, it won't stop, and we're all next.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chad said, when is your neighborhood gonna get hit? You know, never know. You never know. Never safe.
It's only a matter
of time. All the people that made fun of us, and you guys are nuts. You guys are crazy. Well, you know, this is not the way it
spend all
is.
this money for nothing. They didn't. They didn't spend all this money on all this stuff for nothing. Let's put it that way.
It might also just be a test. Every time that any big organization wants to try something, they always do little small test cases to see how it goes. You know, they might be trying to see how the urban dwellers will react to something like this.
Now we got a group that's fucking killing Christians, killing babies, fucking. They want to come 20 minutes from my house and raise up their flag at the White House. Bring it, bring it, motherfuckers.
Hey, Kevin,
Bring it.
I wanted to say this real quick because he says riot and divide, that's what they want. I was asking this in the other chat. What choice do they have at this point? I mean, it's like the cops are acting like they're our parents and we're supposed to be the children. And when you get pushed into a corner like that, you're going to fight back in some way. If they're looking for the attention they need from the media won't come out just because a cop shoots a kid. The media will come out if you burn down a Quick Trip. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe the rioting and the looting is a way to get the attention that they need out there, and it did exactly that. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, our team was covering it tonight.
I think it's also a reflection of the fact that if the police, if the people who are supposedly out there to uphold the laws, if they don't follow them, then why should anybody else?
Well, you
Just
also
like we
got to
were
realize
saying, when the hell breaks loose, when the shit hits the fan, you really think we're gonna sit here and care about the fucking laws? I'm not.
No, because you have an internal law that tells you right from wrong. You're not going to go just rape somebody or kill somebody for the fun of it, you know.
No.
It's law of survival at that point.
Well, it's law of survival, yeah,
Survival
but there's
of the
some of
fittest.
But I'm not talking about anything so drastic as that. I'm talking about a bunch of plastic bullshit at a Quick Trip.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, this is so irrelevant, and I know that all media has made it the major story. Oh no, some plastic insured shit at a Quick Trip was taken. Oh God, the horror.
That's what one of the protesters said today. He said it's insured, and they'll probably just, they did a wrong thing. I agree with a couple people that said you should have went to a white neighborhood and did it there. Well, they shouldn't have burned anything. Let's
Fuck
put it
that!
way.
You should have went to the police department and did it there. That's the problem.
That's what they were saying.
The Quick Trip didn't do that to Michael Brown. The police department did. Know your enemy.
Well, Twitter was saying that they did actually get into a police station that same day that they burned that Quick Trip down.
That's like in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's the first thing they did. They went right to the police department.
It's just that I don't mean to be slanted on it. It's just that I heard so many people bitching on Twitter about, the looting. It's like, you know what? That is a very insignificant thing compared to what's really
Nowadays.
happening. When you're watching martial law unfold in a place where you've always heard people say that could never happen here, we've got serious problems, and it's not some potato chips getting stolen out of the fucking Quick Trip.
Well, no, because if you look at it too, at the Boston bombing, they did martial law, the same thing. They locked down all of Boston,
And that's where
nobody
we're
burned
going
anything.
and that's where we're going with, what if this is just acclamation of the public to accept your new conditions, which will be with your head underneath one of these fuckers' boots?
What they want is a Rodney King incident to be able to come in and shut everything down and put us in our homes and leave us there until they figure out what they want to do with us.
Maybe.
I don't know. They just shut everything down tonight in Missouri, one guy threw a bottle, and then that's when they declared martial law. Basically, they ordered everybody off the street. If you're not off the street, you're going to get arrested.
Right.
So that was everybody.
Good point there from Madison Luna in the chat, saying, I live in Missouri, down at the lake at the Ozarks, and the only part of this story that made the local news here has been the riots. Not the protest, barely even a mention of the boy's death, just riots and looting. Media sensationalism of the negative.
Nuts.
Top down, bottom up.
These cops are nuts.
I'm gonna do some shout outs. There's a lot of people out there. Everybody's watching.
Everybody's watching.
Some crazy shit, man.
And before you do the shout-outs, Tony, I put this link out on Twitter, and y'all, you guys on the panel, maybe you should share it out too, because there are, lots of people that are interested in this, and they want to know what's going on, and want to know what's coming next.
Shout out to all 40 people out there. Alright, wait for this shit to... Alright,
And
Mr. Tommy Boy 9, Joel's Quantum Heart Logic, Save America's Liberty, Southern Patriot, Big Duke, the Mr. Blaze 1, Liberty Factor, a lot of the same guys commenting, Caregiver 7751, Spitting Into the Wind, HSNG Dragon, Hades Dillinger, what's up, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. Chris G9, MB, Dennis Makes Shit Happen, Jay Watterson, and I'm all caught up.
Real quick, usually my family watches the Dragon and stuff like that, so I'll tell my family that I love you guys. All you guys on the panel who I've gotten to know over these years, know that I appreciate you guys. The reason that I'm saying this is because if this all happens and keeps spreading, then I just want to make sure everybody knows that I really do appreciate them.
Got mad love for you, Sam, man. Always.
It's been an honor serving with you all.
a brother or sister in liberty is a brother and sister of mine.
I don't see if there's anything new coming out there. It's pretty late there now, right? It's 11:30.
Well, they got reporters still. They're still running around and they're in the bushes. Like I said, RT shut down, and I started looking for more on Ferguson.
He just uploaded a video. Even Huffington Post is covering it because their reporters got arrested.
That's what it is. Huffington Post. These two guys, two reporters were in McDonald's doing their camera crew, and the cops went in and into the McDonald's and basically harassed them and chased them down. Said they were trespassing in a McDonald's and everything. So now they're going after all the media.
Well, of course, that's what they do. Same thing when 1775 happened. They went out and confiscated all the printing press.
They should.
Stop.
Start a fucking bigger riot.
Yeah, they even admit that they're using LRADs. It's not no secret. Or
Now remember last night somebody saying, "Oh, that's just a speaker. They're not going to use that. They're not going to."
I think that was Mario.
And I'm sorry to point that out, but that's the danger of assumptions. I mean, we can pretend to know, or we can find out.
Well, too, Mario had a few too many. I was watching last night, and he was not making any sense. So you kind of got to let him go on that one.
All right, I'll give. That's a good point. That's a valid
He
point.
was wasted last night. I just I'm leaving. He's wasted.
Yeah, okay, that's a valid point. I give him
Starts,
that.
the mercenaries. The mercenaries.
Yeah.
What?
All right, I'll give you that.
Brother.
I'll give you that. And you know what? I've either been guilty of that or I will be eventually, so that's cool.
It's a red dragon thing.
Right.
It's
a
a
green
it's a green dragon thing. Good thing you weren't in Saturday night. You would have lasted 30 seconds.
well, like there's just like a common tweet or just some random tweet about have no special insight on Ferguson except that my very politically diverse Twitter feed is full and seems uniformly appalled by the police. So everybody thinks it's pretty fucking.
Well, like I said, what they did to that poor guy, that poor kid. I mean, he had his hands up. He was running away. From what I gather, he was shot once. They tried to say he grabbed in the patrol car, tried to grab the cop's gun. Wrong. There was two of them. Him and his friend. If he was going to do that, two of them would have done it. Why did he just shoot the one guy? And the one kid, and he was going to college in the next couple of days, so he had no reason to assault a cop or anything like that because he had everything to go look forward to. So that's bullshit. He didn't do it. That cop
either way, he was shot dead 35 feet away. That was an issue that, if he got one shot off while he was grabbing his gun in the car, so what? The guy is down. The guy is disabled to a point. The guy's running away 35 feet away. Then you shoot him dead. That was the problem.
The laws state, almost every state, when a person is no longer a threat to you, you cannot use deadly force. If he's running, and the cop also had a taser on him as well.
You guys also got to realize the police don't go by the same laws that they say they're supposed to go by.
Every manufacturer, burrito.
Thank you.
Yeah, cut your background if you're watching stuff.
I think Tony's playing a video.
More video.
And more video from West Florissant and Chambers. People wearing masks in protest preparing to be tear gassed. As the sun set in Ferguson, protesters were asked to go home, a request by the city and its chief of police. And judging by what we've seen tonight, that request is being denied. It's for Corey Stark on West Florissant. And Corey, you were right there where the tear gas canisters were thrown in.
Sharon, that's right, and we've seen a lot of tear gas used tonight. As Julian said, the police try to get these individuals that are out here to go home, and we're on West Florissant now. You can see crowds of people still lingering around and wanting to come up closer, as I said, north on West Florissant, but you can see the chaos that broke out when the tear gas was used to disperse those crowds. As you mentioned, we were right in the thick of things in the middle of an interview, and the police, the next thing we know, they were using this tear gas, and we started bolting the other way. You saw hundreds of people that were out there running the other way, and it was only about 5 minutes ago that tear gas started making its way up to where we are right now on West Florissant. Our eyes started watering. We began to cough, so you can only imagine those people that were on the front lines when this tear...
See, and people, the thing is, it's making me pissed off. Dude, there's white people out there with these people. It's 2/3 black and then a quarter, white, and there's plenty of white people out there. I'm seeing them at the protest, not looting, But at the protest.
Gas is used. Now, a lot of people we talked to said that it was a peaceful protest, but then the protesters, or excuse me, the police said that the protesters were getting violent, and this is what one person who was on the front lines had to say to me.
We just said hands up, don't shoot.
Is that all you were saying?
That's all we were saying. Hands up, don't shoot.
Were you in the front line up there?
In the front line, yes. And they just started shooting.
And we've heard that from a lot of people, that they simply were on the front line that say don't shoot. But you heard Scott's account earlier. He was a little closer to that front line where he saw some maybe rocks being thrown at some of the officers. But I did just talk with actually a pastor of a local church who was with 8 members of his church group. They were on the front line as well, and he said that they didn't see anything violent happen. But again, that's what police are saying happened that caused them using this tear gas and dispersing these crowds. Of course, we'll ask police about that as soon as we can. We'll send it back to you guys. All right.
And the police will lie when they give their answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's a screenshot of the Al Jazeera news crew abandoning their position. You can see their camera gear and their light and all that shit all set up. It's like, shit, get the fuck out of here.
Oh shit! Can we say fuck here?
Shit, yes.
Can we say fuck?
Shit. Yeah, and then you got to think too. They turn around and, like I said, they were going after everybody, and they knew these people had cameras. I mean, you could see them carrying the cameras and the lights and everything like that. I mean, and they were going and shooting.
There's a story out that the Ferguson police chief, Tim Fitch, he actually studied counterterrorism in Israel with the IDF.
It's like
well, most of them are being trained by Israel. I mean, it's if you do a little research, most of them that's what that's what they're treating us like. They're treating us like the Muslims in Gaza. You know, it's like that you don't have any rights. You just, you know,
we're terrorists. Don't forget, we're terrorists.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
I guess I guess Anonymous hacked this. I'll share this on the internal and pulled up the orders on him going to Israel along with other police chiefs.
Well, Mike Rivera, I don't know if anybody knows him, but he's been saying it for months that the IDF has been training police. I mean, and he knew about it way before. He says, you know, that they're training police and sending them over. I like that. Sorry,
nice.
I was looking at that. Nice.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I have a quick question, if you guys can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
How did this kid allegedly go after the cop's gun? I don't know if you guys have ever been in a cop car before, but I have, and there's always a divider between where they put you and where they put themselves.
Okay, you haven't heard the witness. You haven't listened to the gentleman who was the eyewitness?
The friend that was walking with him?
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't been able to get a whole video of it yet.
Okay, well, his interview, I mean, his recant of the events is that they were walking down the street, they were almost home, the cop said, get out of the street, they said, we're almost home, and the cop slammed on the brakes, threw on the, reversed, threw open his door, which was the car was so close to them that it hit him, and he grabbed the kid, pulled him in the window, and they were, he was yelling at him, screaming at him, next thing you know, out comes the gun, bang. So,
and that's exactly what happened.
So, and if you know anything about, the only person who's going to pull that service weapon out of that police retention holster is that cop. Unless you know where to press the button, which unless you've ever had if you've ever had one of those holsters, you know where to press the button. And you could pull it out, but the average person doesn't know that. They're going to grab the gun and pull on it, and you don't have 300 pounds of strength. You ain't going to break the belt. You ain't going to pull it off. So no one seems to buy the story that he went for his gun. That's the police officer's excuse.
My theory on it is because he was a big guy, and this probably cop was a shrimpy little kid, a little dick who got beat up in school. And I know because I'm a big guy, and most cops can't stand me because I overshadow them, and they don't like it, you know. And from what I gather is he was a big guy, and the cop turned around and just automatically, because you notice he didn't take it out on the littler guy. He went after the big guy.
Well,
He went,
I hear exactly what you're saying, and you are correct in this case. I just want to point people's attention to how many small women police throw face first into the holding cell or drag across the floor or whatever. It's not about even if they're intimidated or not. It's about showing those. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's what it's about. And anyone who stands up and has the audacity to question authority and needs to be put in their place because there's a new iron rule coming down and they're acclimating the public to accepting it. And if you won't, then you get tased, bro.
no, you get shot like this poor guy, Mike. Mike Brown.
I don't. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, please. No, I'm done.
I was just gonna say, if anybody's out there in Ferguson is listening, and if you guys are, halfway in touch with any of the people who are actually there, like the one friend who was there specifically, you guys should be trying to get a sketch artist or artist of any type, and just try to come up with a composite sketch of the officer. If they won't identify him, there's other means of doing so.
And do you know what ticked me off the most? It's the same thing that happened. What was that? I just said the same thing that happened to those other two cops that shot that homeless guy. They all get a vacation, a paid 30-day vacation. That pissed me off.
I'll tell you what, guys. Just between us and the CIA listening, we've got his name. We know who he is, and it will be released.
Getting death threats, bullshit. He should have thought about that before he pulled the trigger on an innocent kid. That's bullshit. He should have thought about it before he walked off like some macho man thinking he was hit. Hey, I have a badge. What does that mean? Take your badge and shove it up your ass, because it doesn't mean crap in this world. The Constitution says everybody has equal rights. Not just people with badges and not just people in the White House. Everybody gets treated the same, from the lowliest all the way up to the top.
So, I will say that it's stuff like this that makes me glad that I moved out of St. Louis back in January when I did.
And while I understand that, please don't think it's not coming to your neighborhood next. I mean, this is the new order,
It's only a matter of time.
Well, I know it's going everywhere. It's not just St. Louis. I mean, the day, what was it, just yesterday, the kid in L.A. got shot too by another cop.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what the protests are about. A couple weeks ago, I was sitting at a stoplight, and anybody who knows me, I'm not hiding. You know me. I'm in Yakima, Washington. So I'm at the light, a light downtown, and it's dark. And I look up and I notice there's a police suburban cruiser there. And I was kind of taken aback because I was like, oh, I didn't even notice him sitting there. He's right there beside me. And then I noticed directly in front of it is one of those all blacked out SWAT, APC, no lights on it, looking space vehicles sitting in front of it. And I'm just like, no, it's not all that unusual to see that kind of stuff around here because this is a military base with a town on top of it. So, we're used to Cobras flying over in formation and shit. They're just running drills, But my point is that it's everywhere, and don't think that, oh, okay, I'm glad I'm not there. I mean, that's what the Jews thought. But it will come to your neighborhood. That's what I'm saying.
Luckily, I'm down at Lake of the Ozarks, and I'm surrounded by rednecks with big-ass guns.
Well, that's safe. That's a good place to be. That's good company or bad company, depending on how you look at it.
But the people tonight were trying to prove something. that they weren't animals out there just trying to riot and everything. They were trying to be as peaceful as possible. And they were. Even when the cops said back away 25 feet, they backed away. It was one guy, and I saw him. I saw what he looked like. It's on RT. He chucked the plastic water bottle. I don't even think it was a glass bottle. It was a plastic water bottle. And he chucked it at the cops. And that's when, in other words, they were waiting. For all we know, this guy was paid to do it.
A good friend of mine was at the peaceful protest at the Quick Trip yesterday, and she said that the cops were there threatening them the entire time, and mostly what they were doing was cleaning up. They picking up after the riots and the gas station was burned. They were actually there cleaning up and holding up signs and stuff, and the cops were there threatening them almost the entire 4 hours that she was on the location.
Well, that's what's happened to those two guys from the Huffington Post. I think it was the Huffington Post and the Washington Post. That's what it was. And they were sitting in a McDonald's, minding their own business, and they had all these. They were getting their stuff together and eating, and the cops came in and roughed them up and said, they pretty much get out of here. They locked them. They arrested them, then let them go and said, all right, no charges to file. But they just wanted to know that if you're covering the story, get the hell out of here. Because we don't want you to know what's going on.
Yeah, there's also a thing going around. I found it, and I posted it to my Facebook. If you follow me, if you go to my Google Plus channel, you can see my Facebook from there. But they have declared a no-fly zone over Ferguson. But I've also noticed that from some of the live videos that I've seen from last night and today, they're flying over. They just don't want nobody else, no news media or anything flying over to get any footage. And it makes me question their motives. Are they really trying to protect these news media from any stray bullets that might be flying through the air, or are they just trying to cover their ass while they pull some more shady tactics?
I wish, well, I mean, if you're questioning that, if you don't know, I don't know.
And like I said, they tried to blame the people in Ferguson, saying that they were shooting at the police helicopters and stuff. Well, then how come all of a sudden tonight no one's shooting at any police helicopters? They were all over the place.
Hey, show me one picture, one photo, one clip of any video of anyone armed down there other than the police.
Mm-hmm. They were trying to go as peaceful as possible tonight, and I think they were doing a great job. It's just that one. So basically, all that had to happen over one water
plastic bottle.
Yeah, because if you watch RT and you watch that, you can see the guy throwing it. And he was wearing a black hoodie with glasses on, and he was a bigger guy, and you could see him throwing it.
Well, I mean, it is a plastic bottle, and it's being thrown by a big guy, and if that were to hit your Kevlar body armor, or your dragon skin, or your helmet, I mean, that could,
really hurt you.
That could, it could probably kill you. I mean, so you've got to, start issuing deadly force with projectiles, and gas and LRADs. Sure, it all makes sense if you want to buy the justification, but I don't. The bottom line is this is all wrong. This is anybody who is still under the delusion that the police are here to protect and serve you rather than the machine is about 50 years behind the page. I mean, we're in a whole nother book now. This is something else is happening. And this isn't the only place it's going to happen. So start taking notes and get your shit together because this is coming to a theater near you.
Yeah, it says to protect and serve on the side of those cars. They're supposed to be protecting and serving us, not themselves.
Well, it doesn't say who. See, they're clever. It doesn't say who. It just says to protect and serve. Well, that means, it could be meaning they're protecting and serving the machine. That is their job. It always has been. But hey, it's called doublespeak. It's right out in our faces every day. Most of us repeating it unknowingly. That's what's so aggravating.
Justified with calls for calm in a St. Louis suburb, where an unarmed black teenager was killed by police while the community is still pressing for answers about the weekend shooting. Hundreds of residents packed two churches Tuesday evening for community meetings about the death of 18-year-old Michael Brown, who was confronted by a Ferguson officer while walking with a friend in the street near his grandmother's home. People also gathered in the streets Tuesday night, shouting at police.
Bonjour, comment ça va? United flies to more destinations than any other airline. Over 5,100 daily flights to nearly 60 countries.
But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's like I said, it's getting going on.
Yeah.
And they're just going to keep on murdering people, and they're just going to keep on murdering because now it's out in the open.
Sure.
Because you got to look, the stock market's about ready to crash. The dollar ain't worth crap. They gotta have and they gotta. I think Chad's right about that. They're trying to brainwash people believing that if you see a uniform, you're supposed to bow down to them and run away. And it's not going to happen because they're going to hit the wrong neighborhood.
Oh, you better not run.
Mm-mm.
You run, they'll just shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good at that. Even with your hands up, too.
Because
Mike Brown, he did have his hands up.
Yeah,
Mike Brown had his hands up. When they found him on the ground, you could still see it on the ground. He had his hands up.
If you watch the video on Alex Jones' website, the InfoWars, there's a guy walking away from police with his hands up, and they've got laser sights trained on his back.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, and you guys know, I mean, a lot of you guys are shooters anyway. This muzzle awareness thing, if I'm pointing a rifle at you and I am aware enough to know the basic firearms laws, I'm intending to destroy you. Or I'm at least giving you the impression I am to intimidate you. But, I mean, anybody who knows anything about firearms, you don't point firearms at people unless you're planning on shooting them. And so when you do that, it's intimidating. And you see how many of these videos where they're sweeping people left and right. I mean, training, pulling up a beat on somebody. Why?
Yeah, they tried that They tried that at the Bundy Ranch, but they also had a beat on them.
Well, exactly. I understand, and that is the difference. That is the difference between Bundy Ranch and down here is nobody else has got guns except for the police. And when that's the case, you're going to get Germany. You're going to get Auschwitz. You're going to get the same thing that every other slave gets, whatever they say, and not a damn thing else.
Yep.
Well, see, the thing is with the whole people pointing guns at people, whether it's police or anybody else, as a firearm owner or anyone who's used a firearm, like you say, they tell you, do not point a firearm at anything you do not wish to destroy or kill. So if someone does that to you, that is a direct threat to your life. And
exactly.
You should handle it exactly as you would any other direct threat to your life.
And no, the people tonight were great. They cooperated. They did everything the cops said, and they were being orderly. They even had little children out there. They had little kids out there.
They need to have kids out there.
Because they were trying to say, look, this is just going to be a peaceful, protest. That's all it was. And look what happened. One guy threw a water bottle, and they're trying to say that they were throwing rocks. They were not throwing rocks. I saw the guy on RT with my own eyes. The video's still up. He threw a plastic water bottle at the guys on the AMRAP. And so that calls for people getting shot and bullets being flung around and tear gas. I don't think so.
If you're on an armored personnel carrier and you're scared of a water bottle or a rock, you're in the wrong goddamn profession.
Yep. I still think it was set up. I think it was set up. I think they knew it was coming because they were ready for it tonight. Those cops were way too prepared. Because as soon as he threw the water bottle, that's when everything started. That's when they started. I mean, it's like
And that's nothing new. I mean, agent provocateurs are the norm. I mean, that's just how shit works, and that's why they usually run around with the mask on so they can do this stuff. And usually, not all the times, but usually a lot of them are already cops. They've already, scoped the area out, and then they go in and do their deal. But so yeah, anytime they want to shut it down, it's easy. All they've got to do is inject a little violence, and oh well, the crowd's being violent. We got to shut it down, just like they did tonight.
I noticed that the live stream that I was watching, as soon as that water bottle, it didn't even hit the cop, it hit the ground by his feet.
Yep.
As soon as that water bottle hit the ground,
this is now a violent protest.
No, I didn't even get that much. The live stream I was watching cut off right there when the water bottle hit the ground. The live stream cut off.
Still going.
Alex Jones was still going too.
Yeah, and they just as soon as that bottle, before it even hit the ground, they were firing tear gas.
Yeah, and this is a unlawful assembly. Violence will not be tolerated. All that shit, and yep, shut it down.
Yep.
Again,
and like I said, over a bottle, a plastic bottle. Give me a break.
It's not about the bottle. They were going to do it either way. They just needed a reason to do it. And that's why when people look at these things, even as us, as spectators, I guess you could say, we need to stop looking, did they do anything wrong? It doesn't fucking matter if they do anything wrong. Those people should be up there fucking fighting already. It doesn't fucking matter. They shouldn't be waiting for anything. It should have fucking happened already. And we need to stop looking for reasons. Oh, he didn't do anything wrong. So fucking what? Look at all the other shit that they've been doing as a police department, as a fucking federal government, as an executive branch of the United States. Fuck that.
Exactly. We're way past wrong here. Way past wrong.
We lost more people in this country to police murder than the World Trade Centers, the World Trade Center, 9/11.
Yeah, and and police kill more citizens than die in war zones by terrorists. So I mean, the only terrorism we have to fear here is from the police department. It's like they've waged jihad on America.
Well, they're doing it now. It's open season now, what they're doing.
Well, how many people do they have to kill on videotape before the average sheeple goes, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't look like protecting and serving to me. Something about shooting them in the face and blowing their brains out doesn't seem to be protecting them or serving them.
And see,
Go ahead. Sorry, man. I got some bad news for you, man. I don't think any of these assholes will wake up. I don't, because like I said, I'm not saying I'm not trying to get into the Israel thing, but there's pictures posted about kids' brains blown out, the back of their heads blown, and they are protesting, but it's still the point. People ain't doing it here as much, I mean, I don't know. These people they're trapped in a little fucking bubble, and they don't care. Yeah. But when it hits them, and when the trucks stop rolling, and there's no more food coming in and everything, that's when they're going to lose it. When it hits them personally.
And another thing is, you got to look at it. Okay, so this is a protest, right? Even in the African American community, people don't always pay attention just because they're African American. They say, "Oh, this is a racial thing." Well, then why the fuck aren't you paying attention? Even when Dr. Martin Luther King was around, he knew what it took. He put women and children out there and knowing they were going to bring out fucking fire hydrants, they were going to bring out fucking dogs, and they were going to fucking sick it on them. And he knew it had to take something grotesquely, obtusely just wrong for people to think of waking up. Because how people are just simply just so content with their little pieces of shit lives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they need to see something that's going to shake them out of that. They need to see, like you said, women and children being fire hosed. That in the day that was shocking. What's it going to take to shock people now? I mean, if we're so desensitized to seeing madness as the norm, what hope do we have for sanity?
Well, you're going to have to shut down their Facebook feed for one.
Well, like I was watching this video, it was just a little while ago, about just the American flag. This old man had an American flag. He had a bunch of them piled on top of each other, and they were laying on the ground. And people were just walking by it, like, not even giving a damn about the flag. They just it's an example. And the guy sitting there, he's a veteran, he's taking the pictures of it, and he says, And then some guy goes over and says, well, fuck it, I'm just, I'm just going to buy it. He actually bought one of the flags off the ground just to piss the veteran off. I was like, oh, man, you pricks. I gave up. I said, that's the way it looks.
That
Sorry,
flag
go ahead, Rock.
represents the country as a whole. It doesn't represent necessarily, my view, your view, or a patriot, or somebody who's in the army or something like that. It represents the United States as a collective, and you have to take the goods and the bad. People don't respect the flag like they used to 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because what it represents is a totally different thing that doesn't necessarily deserve the same magnitude of joy that they used to feel then.
Right.
I was going to ask how many of you on the panel can honestly say that you respect your country when you see what's happening right now?
No, I respect my country.
Love my country.
I respect my country. I can't stand a government and the way and what's going. There's a difference.
Define
I hear
country.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. Right on.
You guys on this panel are Americans, and a lot of the people out there tonight, most of them were Americans, except the one guy who threw the water bottle. But most of them were Americans, and were standing up for their right for free speech and a voice to be heard. And they got treated like they were like some piece of crap. See, that's what I'm saying. They are Americans. They were doing what they were supposed to do. And those assholes that were firing, they're just as bad as terrorists. They're firing at them poor people.
The police are domestic terrorists. They're not here to help us out. They're here to keep us down.
Yeah. And if people can't see that by now, I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, do they have to come in your front door and literally insert the boot directly into your asshole before you feel anything about what's going on here?
No, I mean they can drive a tank right into the front of your house, and they're upholding the law. But if you have too many guns, then you're a homegrown terrorist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the government can have as many guns as they want, and it's okay.
Not only that, they can do anything they want, make any mistakes they freaking want. You got to think how many people they serve search warrants on with SWAT teams. Well, now, how many of them do you think they get the address wrong? There's been so many people who've had their houses raided by accident. And when they come through your front door, they expect you to lay down and everything else. Well, I'm sorry. You came through here with no justifiable cause, because I know I haven't done shit wrong. You shot my fucking dog, and you slammed my mother into the fucking wall. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, please read over here in the corner.
Kansas Hillbilly Prepper. What's up, Kansas?
Oh, no.
What?
He's up a little late tonight.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed off.
I don't blame you, brother.
Good, you should be.
Yeah, well, read this, and you might get a little bit more pissed off. Because if that's true, then we got a big problem.
You're talking about the Maryland deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about I mentioned it last night. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The judge ruling AR-15s to be unusual and dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a big problem for all of us.
More people are killed with screwdrivers in this country than they are by AR-15.
No shit.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
More people
That's a fact. Go look it up. More people. You think, because more people are actually stabbed than they are shot anyway, but when you look at what they're actually stabbed with, it's not usually a knife. It's something like a kitchen knife or a pair of scissors or a screwdriver or just whatever's handy, because that's what works.
Well, the thing about it is, if you actually understand the Second Amendment, is that it specifically says we are allowed equal or more than what, in other words, whatever the United States Army is using, we are allowed to use.
They're taking that out. So what? We get better?
Mm-hmm.
We get automatics now?
Well, that's what it
should be
says.
asking for permission.
Okay, I want to ask this earlier. When you guys were
free?
When you guys were talking about the cops and justice and who's in control and all that kind of thing, I was thinking to myself, if you hired a private security company to defend you like all these senators have, whatever, and they pointed a gun at you, your private security that you hired, can you tell me how your private security is any different than the cops that we have on our streets? Isn't it supposed to be the same moral, ethical guidelines there? I mean, you were talking about serve and protect. I realize they're not honoring that anymore, but isn't that still the way it's supposed to be?
Oh yeah. It's supposed to be
Your
that
private security pointed a gun at you, you would fucking take your private security out, no questions asked. So if this is our private security that we pay our taxes to, why are we so afraid to fight against that system?
This is what you call a government takeover. They want people scared of them, and they want to say that we're the bullies, and you do as we say, just like they did Hitler did. And this is the first run of it. And the thing is, if someone would walked out there and everybody would have surrounded their asses and then turned on their little lasers, they would have been shitting some serious bricks.
Well, that's what I said about Bundy Ranch. When we had guys out there that had the same shit they had, they took off. Because
They're
they're
now they're trying to
They're
downplay
always
that.
outnumbered. Even if
And
one
it's
guy's
still
getting beat up
alive, they happen.
in a park, if one guy's getting beat up in a park, there's 15 guys watching and recording. They're always outnumbered. But we don't have that mentality to realize we outnumber them.
Yeah, well, we need to get that mentality goddamn fast.
But like I said, they haven't hit the right neighborhood yet. They hit a poor black community who didn't have because like I said, if they had the guns that they supposedly the government's saying they have, a lot of these cops would have been dead by now.
And bro, ass, when you gonna get your ass down here?
Shh. But I'm just saying, I mean, like I said, well, too, they were trying to do it peacefully tonight. Now, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. I mean, tomorrow night. We don't know. But
that took the steam out of them right there. The only thing that can happen different if it's the Panthers show up. That would be funny.
Well, the Panthers showed up and they were unarmed. Usually they don't. Usually they're armed.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. If they come up armed, it's going to be funny.
Because there's only, they had like 170 cops out there, and there was about 300-400 protesters. So, and if they were all armed,
Maybe getting some serious ideas.
I'm just waiting for a small group of people. I don't even need everybody out there. I just need a small squad to platoon size element who's ready to start fucking up some shit out there. That's what I want.
Yeah, it's gotten too serious. I mean, it's getting too bullshitty right now on this little. What they've done is they're trying to say that they're badass and the cops are taking over and the people don't have no rights anymore. And
Well, you want to hear something funny?
That shit don't work. That's still trying to play the victim. Playing the victim only works if there's somebody big and bad enough to step in and solve the situation. Fuck that. Ain't nobody coming to fucking help us. It's fucked up everywhere. You gotta fucking take that shit into your own hands at this point, because won't nobody else fucking help.
Exactly.
Well, they better have a big ass. They better have somebody out there with a big ass dick running around. Knows what he's doing, because
Guerrilla fucking warfare on every fucking street.
This here.
Great chat, guys. I just want to stop in and say hey, and I wanted to let you know that, you know what, like I posted it in the external chat, even Maddow's comparing, saying, look, if the people show up out there with guns, they'll get treated like the Bundy Ranch did. When you show up out there unarmed, you're getting stomped on. And Maddow Mox News just posted that up on the YouTube. I put it in the external chat. So even the fucking lefties are going, this is getting out of hand. Even, you know, and if anybody watched the chat earlier today, I'm just beyond the pale with all of it. So.
And I tell you what, if you think those feds were scared of a bunch of white boys with guns, let a bunch of brothers show up armed out there and watch them piss their pants.
Oh, you mean like they did when the Black Panthers did it originally?
Word.
Yeah.
Actually, I did watch that chat, Mule, and I was hoping in part 2 you would continue on, but you didn't. You calmed down, damn you. It was just getting good.
Well, you guys been carrying on. You know what? And you know how distressing it gets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, you were speaking truth, and you're speaking from the heart. Sometimes you get a fire under you. It's good.
And yet, people don't really, you know, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to listen. They don't want to. They can't see the big picture. They're too busy seeing some guy running out of a store with sneakers. You know,
not realizing that's the shit we all need to ignore, right? Whereas if anybody spent any time over the past couple of days reading comment sections on all these stories, you see how bad it is. I was commenting. But, I mean, read other people's comments and you see how bad it is. How much the country is like, oh, they deserve every shit, they deserve everything they get, blah, 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 all the way down the line.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was, if you looked, I was in about half of those. Dead on, just bad damn dog get dead in it.
Right. And remember that not all those comments are real of those people saying, oh, all those people are animals. I've seen that comment 100 times because this stuff is scripted. And when the mean police go out there, they go out there pushing this nonsense to divide and conquer, and they know the buttons to push, and they all parrot the same nonsense. So
and a lot of it is, you know, we know it's the NSA, but not all of it is.
No, not all of it. You're right. Not all of it.
But I got to split you guys. I got a long day tomorrow. I just want to stop. So I want to thank whoever's running This Is the Dragon. That's awesome. Thank you, G, Tony. I saw you guys were up there doing it earlier. Thanks, Chad. Thanks for keeping it rolling because you know what? No matter what, you got to scream to the fucking rooftops until it's time to pick up the gun. And it's time. It's time to pick up the gun. And we still got to scream the rooftops to get the people to pick up the guns that they need to pick up. And and if Maddow finally woke up to that shit and is going to hold a broadcast about that, I think the whole fucking country is doing that.
That's impressive for Mad Cow.
Yeah, no shit. If that dumb broad can figure it out. Guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll be running the Dragon tomorrow.
Have a good night,
Mule. Good night.
Night, guys. Prolance, give me a call.
I will do. I'm sorry.
Talk to you later. I gotta figure out where to hide my AR-15.
No, you ain't gotta hide it nowhere. You gotta just remember where you can find it, where you know when they start coming to try to knocking on doors.
Yeah, keep it in arm's reach, right out in the open.
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet.
That's your right, brother, and don't let them try to think that they can take it away from you, some crackpot judge who's getting freaking paid off by the NSA.
Yeah, well, they're gonna all pay for it if everything's done, said and done.
Yep.
That's such a curious thing to me that people could be coming to ask them for permission to defend yourself. You know? That's what guys were telling me today. Oh, we couldn't show up. We couldn't show up out there armed like you guys did at the Bunny Ranch because they wouldn't allow that. Well, what... Do you not understand what civil disobedience really means? Because Thoreau is rolling over in his motherfucking grave right now. You don't ask for permission of what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. That's the point. You do it anyway.
Well, they were trying to be diplomatic about it and try to do it without.
Right.
I
That's good. I'm glad that you're supposed to do that.
But you're dealing with psychopaths who will not respond to logic nor reason.
No, you're supposed to do it that way, the nice, all clean-cut way.
Now, this is the
and when
first.
they still put that boot up your ass, you
back,
fuck them
but I
up.
have a feeling it's going to come back in vengeance, and they're not going to like what happened next. And since I'm in Kansas, about 100 miles away from it all, I'm more or less waiting for it to come across.
What was you saying, Warrior?
No, I'm saying that they should do it the nice, clean-cut way. Because you have to do that to have public opinion. The public is dumb as fuck, and it's sad to say it, but it's true. You have to win over their mind first. Their heart is fucking dead. That shit has been laying down for so fucking long. When you win over their mind and they start to think, then you can awaken that heart and you can really get out there and fuck shit up.
Bullshit in my country.
No, I hear you, Warrior. I like the way you said that.
You're a fucking dog. I tried to work in that. My country thinks of fucking bullshit.
Welcome, Ron Brown.
Hey, Ron Brown.
Bro Lance, call me. I'll talk to you later.
I'll do, Kansas. Have a good night.
Later, Kansas.
Goodbye.
But yeah, like I said, tomorrow's a whole new day. Let's see what happens tomorrow night, because it'll still be going, and I don't know if it's going to be as nice as it was tonight.
Well, the chaos is going out, the worse it will get. I mean, they've amped it up every night, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. And then too, if you look at like when they were going around ripping off shots, it was only a few people. That way, I mean, it wasn't like everybody out there. For all we know, they could have been paid to do that, or like I said, just you don't go and say, well, every single one of them is bad. No, because they came back tonight and they resurrected the movement the way they were supposed to, and they did it right. And they said, no, we're not going to do that tonight. And like I said, let's see what happens tomorrow, because they realized that hi, Deds and Prepper. They realized they didn't get what they wanted. Well, they didn't. They saw that they got humiliated. They tried to do it peacefully. They tried to do it, and these fucking Nazi cops humiliated them.
Think about it this way. If you want to shut down any peaceful protest, and you don't want to look like the Nazi that you are by just going in and putting the boot down, what easier way than to go in and do your own looting, or do your own chaos, break windows, be unruly, so therefore to call the police presence in so we get what we've got tonight. You see what I'm saying? I mean, how easy would that be if you were trying to quell the revolution of people? That's effective, to just go in and break some windows, burn down a store, boom, now you got martial law.
Well, that's what they were saying to Alex Jones tonight, that they were saying that, they're gonna call martial law right now and tell everybody to go home, or you're gonna get arrested for a water bottle. That's bullshit. Hey, G.
What's going on,
They
G?
blast LRADs and sit there with sniper rifles on you.
Yeah, they did that too. They did that to the Alex Jones guy. They had a sniper rifle pointed right at him. And it's like, is that really necessary? I'm holding a camera. And that's all he was. The guy was just holding the camera, and he's got the sniper rifle pointed right at him. And I'm like, oh, man.
I'm looking at the posture of a lot of these guys walking around. And, it's real easy to be brave in your little kit and your little battle rattle when you're facing an enemy that's unarmed. They have no fear. They have no opposition whatsoever. Whereas you look at the pictures from Bundy Ranch and watch the difference in the body language, where they're intimidated, where they're scared. You don't point rifles at people who have rifles, because they might shoot back.
If this doesn't bring us together, I don't know what's going to bring us together.
It's not, G. Look at the messages going on social media. The right wing is totally on board a police state.
Yeah, they love it. God, the slaves are out there on parade. They love it.
And it's just as bad with the marginal left wing when Bunny Ranch went down. They were the same. They were in the bag the same way. It's just pathetic. And we've been trying to address that out there, like telling people, like, hey, this is the same cause. You people need to wake up and understand that what happened there is the same thing that's happening here, just a different form.
There's no hope for anyone that's still on the merry-go-round at this point. They will continue to spin for the rest of their days. They will never step off.
Some of them will. When we get this thing actually cracking and they have people dying in their front yards, some of them will. Not a lot. We got to remember why some of us call ourselves a 3%. Only freaking 3%. It's not going to be the majority. It's not going to be most of your friends. Most of your friends are going to think you're a lunatic and that you probably need to go to jail.
Yeah.
It's only going to be freaking 3%. And guess what? That's all we need.
That's right.
And like I said, look what happened when they won the revolution. They won the Revolutionary War. Look what happened. Everybody said, "Whoa, they're patriots now." I was like,
well, the thing is, we glamour the word patriot, but we got to remember, most of our founding fathers and most of the people who did that, they were traitors, but they were hunted to the day they died. Their families were carried away and put into slave camps. They were fucking prosecuted, land taken away. They couldn't go home. This isn't going to be something pretty. This is going to be something horrible. But it has to be fucking done.
Yep.
True that. That's why the fear keeps most people from doing anything, because they know that. They don't want to pay that price.
Well, you got to look at it you got to compare them. We can look at it at a simple numbers game. They kill people every day. We don't fight back. Their casualties on our side, they keep winning every day. We don't fight back. The only hope we have of not being that random, homicide. Oh, I thought he was reaching for a gun. Oh, he turned around. Oh, this and that. The only hope we have of not being that is for us to stand up and fight. And we might be a casualty there, but at least we had a fucking chance.
But like I said, if you guys go to my channel and see what the video that Truth Seeker put out, you'll understand where, I mean, it just sums it all up. That's why I put it on there. I said, this video's got to go out because it's right on the fucking money. You know, and it is. It's right on the money. You don't have to subscribe to here. Just look at the video or go look for Truth Seeker. Well, the video has, if you want to subscribe to him, it has the link on it. But go to my channel, Lone Wolf 2297, and you'll see it sitting there and just watch it. I mean, the guy just speaks perfect. The words are perfect.
You're talking about the video he put out regarding what the militia should be doing in...
Oh, no. This is about treason to the cops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a brand new one, and it's right on the money.
Well, I mean, I was complimenting him on one of his other videos on an earlier chat, so I don't know if you were talking about the same one, but I know Truth Seeker puts out some legitimate stuff, so I appreciate it.
This one's awesome. If you see it, it is awesome. I mean, I told everybody, I said, get this out there. We got to share this so the cops see it and let them know that they're not going to push us around.
Right.
Truth is good, people, man. He was in our chat last night.
Yeah.
He wasn't in it, but he was on the external. But Truth puts out good shit all the time, man. And like I said, man, I'm gonna take this outside so I can talk, because I can't talk. The kids are sleeping, but I'm gonna take this outside because I'm about to get loud here in a minute.
Oh no! Turn down your volumes.
You know, these chats provide a great insight into how things really work for people that are outside and not really involved in it as much as we may be, because they see that we're all real people with our own lives in whatever situation, but all focused on a common goal.
Right?
Well, like I said, it was just bullshit what the cops did to those people tonight, treating them like freaking peons. Like they're not even. Those people are Americans, and they had balls to stand up to them. Those people had balls to stand up there unarmed, and they had guns pointed at them. Those people had courage, which really is hard to find.
Yeah, I'd say I wouldn't do that.
They had courage.
No, I wouldn't either.
And I tell you what, if you listen,
I would go with.
If you listen to them talk, they wasn't scared either. A lot of them was laughing and joking about it. Like, what? What are you gonna do? Shoot me? You know, I mean, they were. So that is, you talk about some balls.
Yeah.
There was little girls dancing around the front crowd in front of the MRABs, and they're just these little girls were just dancing around, and I mean, yeah, if you watch RT's video, it's like 4 hours long, and it goes through the whole entire day.
Jeez.
And at the end, where little girls were just dancing around in front, I mean, there was people with little children. They weren't looking for any violence tonight. I think everybody got together and said no violence tonight. And that one guy threw a plastic water bottle, and that was enough to bring down martial law. Bullshit.
Can I read this comment by NSA Surveillance here? He says, martial law is the imposition of military power over designated regions on an emergency basis. I only see the police. Well, then you're not fucking looking, dude, because they have everything the military has, if not more. Everything that was over there is sent over here. They are militarized. If you're not seeing military power used against the people, you're not fucking looking.
No, that's a shill out there selling a story. That's all it is.
That's some funny shit right
Nobody
there.
is that stupid. No human being that's walking upright with an IQ of 46 or greater could come to that conclusion. That's a fucking shill selling a story monkey paid to type on a keyboard. That's what that is right there. A government
Or it's a
shill.
bot.
No, it's not a bot. It's a real person. I mean, but they're assigned to troll this kind of stuff. And
How
people
could
out there
you?
putting out that mentality, if you can watch what's happening to those people down in Ferguson and say, well, it's a technicality because all I can see are police, then you're fucking blind.
And the only difference between the military and the police is they got a patch across it. You take that patch off, it
Yep,
says
there you
police.
go.
They're military.
Straight up.
They're military. And the whole thing was to get around the Constitution for
I'm tired of bullshit justifications and stupid people talking out loud. It's time for more than talk.
Well, I said that months ago. I said time for talk was over. You know, I mean, when they killed that poor innocent guy out there because he said he was selling cigarettes. No, he broke up a fight in New York City. He did his duty as a citizen. He broke up a fight, and what did he do? The little midget cops got all on top of him and choked him to death and killed him, murdered him. We got to get that one straight too. It's not killing. It's murder. Murder.
Yep.
It's not killing. Killing something you do to a cow so you can eat. Murder is when you kill a low life form, a human life that's intelligent. There's a different story.
With intent.
Yeah, with intent. Because he was a big.
Ferguson was execution, so he didn't have a right to speak. I mean, he literally killed him, 35 feet from the police car. I mean, he was disabled right at the car, I guess, but then he went and executed him. It wasn't just murder. He literally shut him up, executed him.
Exactly.
Was it 10 or 12 rounds he put into him?
Yeah.
10 or 12 rounds he put into that poor kid. For nothing. Because he wanted to show he was... Oh, yes, he
It's
will.
not with the people. It'll be with his maker, whoever that may be.
Well, like I said, his name is known. I don't have it on the tip of my tongue right now, but his name is known, and it will be released. So there won't be any hiding. And if you doubt that, go search out Brandon Dix and try to hide.
But like I said, these cops think that there's going to be some place for them to hide if all shit breaks loose. No, it won't, because no matter where they go, they're going to be hunted.
Yeah. That was that video that the Truth Seeker put up, and he was basically giving them a warning. Hey, we outnumber you, and if you really think you can hide and you think your family can hide, and it's not, in a way I was kind of feeling dirty about it, but the more I thought about it, I thought, you know, you're right on. If you're going to come and execute us, then what choice do we have but to retaliate?
Well, no, what he's saying about the family members is that there's some people out there who are not sane like we are. We won't kill children and murder children. These cops will, but we won't. And he's saying that there's some people out there who are crazy and they will get a hold of their kids and kill them because they don't care. We would, but there's people out there who would have no problem killing a cop's kids just to make their lives a living hell.
No doubt.
So, but I don't know. I don't know what this country's coming to. It's just crazy.
I want to shout that out again because I think it's important. Brandon Dix. If you don't know who it is, you need to find out. And you can put that in YouTube. You can put it in Twitter. You can find it in a lot of different places. But if you put that name in, then you'll get the story so you can see for yourself. Because I don't want you to take my word for it. But I want you to understand, all of you out there who think it's a good idea to stir the pot, and maybe you're just a prick by nature. I mean, maybe you just can't help it, and it's just who you really are, and that's fine. I understand that. But understand there's a law of cause and effect. And you want to be out there running your mouth, understand that someone is always watching, and someone will find you. And if you don't believe me, well, try and find Brandon Dix.
Well, that's what happened to a lot of people in the revolution that joined up with the British. They hung by the rope. They hung their ass as traitors. So all these shills out here who are working with the government thinking that they're secret agents like 007 and jerking off to old 007 movies thinking that they're spies. Yeah, that didn't work out too good for those two idiots in Las Vegas because they were FBI. They found out they were FBI informants, and that's what happens when they want to get rid of you. They'll get rid of you. When you're no longer helpful to their cause, they'll kill you just so they can tie up loose ends.
Sure.
So all you people out there who think you're 007 and you're gonna be, you're like you're worth something now, but when your worthless is up, you're dead meat. Because they're going to kill you, just like they did to the two Sonia brothers over there in Boston. When they were no good, they killed them.
Yep.
They murdered them. So just for now, you think you're 007, but you're really not. And no matter how much money they're paying you, it ain't going to be enough when your life is gone. When someone snuffs out your life, because all that money is going to be worthless.
I'm glad you
die.
brought that up.
I'm just saying, you're gonna die eventually. Everybody's got a tombstone with their name on it. So what's the money gonna do you?
No, because if this actually does come to pass and something revolutionary does happen, there will be people who supposedly are with our movement, and they'll get caught and they'll have their families taken, and they'll go to the other side just because, I want to survive, I want to help them out, I want to live. Oh, it's okay. Once I help them out, they'll let me be. I'll be safe with them. No. You were their enemy when it fucking started. You may have helped them, but at the end of the day, you'll still be their fucking enemy, and they'll put a bullet in your head anyway.
When you're no longer used to them, they're going to kill you. And if you don't think so, check the Sarnia brothers. They had nothing to do with that. They were just exchange students, and they had nothing to do with it, and they were informants, and they thought, we're just going to do what the FBI tells us to do. They were scapegoats. And they turned around, and what did they do? They killed the first one, and the other one disappeared, and who knows where, he's probably dead already. They even killed his best friend down in Florida, and the FBI is trying to say, he killed himself. How do you kill yourself from the top of your head with a gun?
Yeah.
He got shot twice. He got shot in the temple and shot right through the top of his head. How the hell did he get off the second shot? That was execution style. The FBI killed him because if it was any loose ends to the Sarnia brothers, they were tying it up, and they went around killing everybody who knew anything about them. So,
yeah, he shot himself. He shot himself. He emptied the magazine and then reloaded and shot himself.
Yeah, he reloaded it again with another clip, and then pulled back the hammer and shot himself. Yeah, right.
People aren't anybody who does even the most remedial amount of homework on any of these major events that have happened in the past couple of years, starting from Sandy Hook all the way up through Boston bombing and a lot of other things, realize that things aren't what they seem, and we're obviously being told a load of bullshit. And so anyone who even remotely looks on the internet can see that, and I'd like to think we at least recognize that this stuff is a charade. We're being told this because they're conditioning us,
Well, Chad, I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's really funny, is you have to be in search of that knowledge. You have to wake up first and realize that the knowledge is out there, because the knowledge could be right in front of your face, and they don't care.
I agree, and it is in front of our face. It's all right there, but most people are watching cute kitten videos instead, so I hear you. I see how people respond to it when you try and take it to them. When you try and say, hey, man, check this out. Hey, look at this. I see the response.
It's denial.
I know.
I don't watch cute kitten videos, just for the record.
Well, I'm just saying, it's denial, because they don't want to realize that their world eventually is going to come apart. Everything that they hold dear, they're going to lose it.
Yeah, I can understand, and I get it.
They're in denial. And then for us people who are awake and realize that you're going to lose everything you got.
And they're the ones who are going to be the short end of the stick. The people that are in denial and the people that are afraid to face reality are the people that are going to be stuck, and they're the ones who are going to be falling short.
Right, they're not going to be prepared.
they're not going to be prepared, and everyone's fucking scared when someone has a gun. We talked about it last night and the previous nights. You know, people need to wake the fuck up.
If it wasn't for, I'm sorry, Jay.
Because if they think that shit's just going to go away overnight, they're sadly mistaken.
Nope.
What? I mean, you think this shit's crazy. What about when a fucking man tries to break into your house and steals your house and steals your food? This hasn't even gotten started yet. This is just a prep rally. Okay? This is a prep rally. These motherfuckers have already warned us. They're not afraid to shoot us. They'll shoot us and kill us.
Just test run. All this is right now is test runs to try out their new toys. And like Truth says, these cops are compliant with DHS because that's how they're getting all their equipment. They are compliant. Their guilt is by their equipment, by what they're carrying and what they're wearing. That's their guilt.
Dave, these motherfuckers have been told what to do a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I'm just saying when they say that, oh, there's good cops out there. Well, where are the good cops tonight that showed up and said, hey, wait a minute, we shouldn't be doing this?
There are no good cops. We've already asked this last night. We already went through this, and we already asked them. When is a good cop going to stand up? None.
And you don't show up in that battle rattle unless you're looking for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And you're big and brave in that battle rattle, showing up to fight unarmed people. But what happens when the Missouri militia gets there and you're staring down the barrel of,
Let's talk about that, Chad, when we actually see a militia, because there's no point of keep on asking where's the militia, when we haven't even seen a militia come.
No, we haven't, but I am finally hearing chatter of it's coming.
Well, I like to... Okay.
I know, and you can't verify anything until it happens. I get it, but at least I hear it now. I wasn't hearing it before, and I'm hearing it now.
Well,
we hear a lot of things.
This should be a lesson to everybody that
36 hours. Go ahead, HDP.
I was saying everybody out there should understand too. The militia isn't you are, and just whether or not you form and organize is on you. This neighbor Ferguson should have a militia,
right.
And in the truest sense of the tradition, there should be a company strong,
exactly.
there.
Exactly.
But we've so much lost that responsibility. We've lost that sense of responsibility.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, like I said, it's going to come down to each one of us is going to be our own militia.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
But that's not an individual's not a militia, though.
No, they're a citizen soldier.
You have to be organized. I mean, you're a citizen prepared. You can prepare all you want. If you're not organized with somebody else, failing in the duty of a militia.
Well, the thing about it, being a militia is if you're looking down the barrel of a gun and you got to preserve your own life. You're going to defend yourself. And that's when it kicks in, your emotions kick in. So,
also, you have to understand duty and understand that the greatest part of your service, as being that service, is protecting the liberty of your neighbor. And until we're willing to fight for the liberty of our neighbors, it ain't going to change.
No.
That's right.
That's right, because nobody gives a fuck. Everybody cares about them fucking selves.
Exactly. Everybody's worried about surviving. Like you talked about flipping to the other side because they want to live another day or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, there's got to be sacrifice. I mean, Nathan Hale, throw that name out there right off the bat, and go on down the line from there.
But yeah, I mean, right now the way it is I'll be honest with you, I'm not relying on anybody. I rely on myself, and like I said, they show up at my front door, I'm going to take a few with me.
Well, militia or not. I mean, we've talked about you can't wait till they're at your front door either. That's why it's got to be an organized effort, and it's got to be.
We've been waiting for an organized effort. I mean, I hope Chad's right. I mean, I'm waiting. Now we had a Pennsylvania, up here in Northeast Pennsylvania, we had a militia started, and they had a meeting. Nobody showed up. There was only two people there.
Everybody's intimidated. Yeah, I mean it's par for the course.
I mean, I'm there. I mean, even my girlfriend showed up, and it's like,
hello. That's a start.
No, we didn't start it. Some other guy. It was this guy and me and my girlfriend, and that was it. And then we just said, "Forget. I'm going home. I'm done."
Well, I
Just
wouldn't.
3 people.
I mean,
I'm not waiting on anybody to start it up. I mean, if the shit, I think everybody's going to get together whether they like it or not. Whether
I
in
think
a,
people are going to be too untrustworthy once it comes to that.
Zed Collins, HDP, sent me a link before I started this chat tonight. Me and Tony actually started at the same time, so I just stopped mine and just... There was 2 dragons actually started tonight, but I shut it down and...
Oh, yeah?
Right, yeah, because I didn't know Tony was doing one, and he didn't know I was doing one, but...
Cool.
Make a long story short, before we jumped on, there was Zed's wife sent me a message. Did you get that?
Why would I get it?
Because it was in the feed, and I didn't know if you saw it.
Oh, it was on public. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't notice one. I mean, I haven't looked at my whole feed.
I just reposted in the sidebar so you can read it.
Yeah, it's in the
okay.
sidebar, yeah.
So it's something I need to check up on. It must be important.
But
All
HD,
right.
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that is Zed went to Bundy Ranch. Yeah.
Right?
And he has his, yeah.
And fucking they were at his house. Hey there, this is Zed's wife right now. We have the public police department here threatening us and our children.
Exactly.
Zed would like you to do a live chat. That's why we did this.
Is he in Arizona? Or is he in Texas?
No.
It's Colorado, I think.
Is it Colorado? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew he was kind of a distance, but
Pueblo,
not.
Colorado Police Department.
Okay. So they did a visit, huh?
Yeah. And that's why we did this, you know?
Oh.
Because I did it as a prep. I was just...
Did we get any specifics about what they...
No. That's why they wanted us to call him.
So did you call him, or?
Yeah.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. They'd already left by then?
They weren't. They didn't answer.
No contact.
Oh, we've lost contact.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Do you guys remember how I found you through Tony during Bundy Ranch?
I found you through Twitter.
Okay, but I mean, I found the Green Dragon through Tony during Bundy Ranch.
That's how I met you.
Because Tony was on the ground at Bundy Ranch, right?
He was with HDP. They both were.
Right, exactly. Well, Aaron Penberthy is on the ground right now in Missouri.
Who is? Who is, Chad?
Aaron Penberthy.
Aaron? Okay, never heard of him, sorry.
So, the same way that we know Tony, and that we know Tony was legit giving us information on the ground, so is Aaron Penberthy. So, when I say the militia's coming, I'm not just wishful thinking.
Right.
Just like 12 hours before Bundy Ranch went down and militia showed up there, and I told people, and they said, yeah, we'll see when it happens. Well,
yeah, I see where you're going with it, Chad.
Yeah, it takes time, especially when it's not your neighborhood. You're not just going to jump in there and just drive in.
That's true.
You got it, like this Texas thing. You need a place to operate out of. You need somebody to cooperate and offer their property to house and feed. Yeah, they're very organized in that fashion. That it's a strategical and you have to be kind of invited. You have to be wanted. They're not just going to go in there and say, "We're here to help you," without somebody saying, "Hey, we need it." So there has to be communication behind the scenes too.
That's true.
Yeah, if that's happening, Chad, I hope to God they do show up.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Because these cowards wearing their little tack gear and their little Humvees and shit, they're going to be running for cover.
They all want to be military, dude. These fucking cops that are out there they want to be military. That's what it is. Just go to military. They need to go...
Well, half of them are former military.
Yeah, but some of them can't. A lot of them can't get accepted into the military for some other reason.
Wonder why.
Yeah. They probably did a psych eval on them and said something's wrong with you. You're a psychopathic maniac.
It's beyond being Billy Badass. It all starts off with them being Billy Badass, and they want you to fear them. So when you don't fear them, that's when they start doing their how should I call it?
Well, no, these people didn't fear him tonight, and they were unarmed. But that's the point; they were unarmed. guarantee if these people were carrying, that things would have happened a little differently.
That's why I said in my chat last night, man, when we get pulled over these days, watch your shit. Keep your shit on the A game, man. Don't fall off and try to be Billy Badass, man. We'll be in the fucking papers.
Damn. They got pictures of on the Ferguson Twitter. I guess this lady got hit by like one of the rubber bullets. You see all the fucking. Yeah, she got fucked up.
Yeah. No, I think it was a tear gas canister hit her in the head.
I'm looking at one of this lady in a black shirt with blue jeans, and it says picked from West Florissant after a rubber bullet hit impact into the stomach.
Oh God.
The caption I saw said that she got hit with a tear gas canister.
It's pronounced Florissant.
Either way, it's not good.
Hey, Tony, roll down on me. I got to
so,
shut
yeah.
That's all right. I'll shut her down tonight. Glad I came in as the dragon.
But yeah, even though tear gas canisters, from my military experience, they do put off shrapnel. They do put off shrapnel.
When they go off, yeah, the end will come off. Yeah.
Yeah, the end will come off even with the flashbangs.
No, but what I understand is that I hit her before it even hit the ground.
Whoa. There's the picture. Wow. Yeah, that's shrapnel. That's not a bullet wound. That's shrapnel. So you can
the
see
middle.
Oh, in the stomach.
Damn.
Okay, that's a different picture.
That's one thing, and then the big bruise around. That's all.
What is that from the rubber?
It says a rubber bullet.
Oh, yeah, that's a bullet. No, the picture I saw, this lady got hit in the head. And she got hit like square between the eyes.
Oh, she's done. Oh, she died last night.
No, she's not dead.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the girl that got shot in the head. I'm sorry.
No, she got hit with a tear gas canister in the head today. That was a picture.
See,
she had a black shirt and jeans on too.
I was thinking just from the impact on that, because the scarring around it. I mean, if it was a bullet, it would be. No, yeah, I guess you could say I can see the bottom of it to where it looked like it was heading past her heading in towards her belly. Yeah. And it's got a tear.
Yeah, this one right here. And just for anybody, you guys watching out there, this is a quote white lady right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at her complexion, right, this isn't about race anymore. I hope you guys see that.
No.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And this is proof right here. The police don't give a fuck about it. It's not about race. They're fucking.
No, see, they all purple after that.
Right.
Everybody's purple after that.
As long as you can keep Al Sharpton out of there, it'd be all right.
Yeah.
That's hopefully they don't make that mistake. I don't know.
Well, he's already there. He was in the church this morning.
Put him on the front line. Let's see that.
Yeah, if you want to have some leadership, go out there and lead from the front, right? That's the way I feel. I mean,
exactly.
When's the last time Al Sharpton took a bullet or took a tear gas?
He was, right. He wasn't there tonight.
He would make a really good shield, by the way.
Oh, he would make a really good martyr.
Right?
He will make a great martyr.
Can I just rebut on?
I'm not following him anywhere.
Here, hold on a second. Hold on. Let you guys. I'm just letting you know he is a shill, and I'm going to explain why. He owes the government over what? He owes the government in back taxes, almost $3 to $4 million in back taxes.
He's in the pocket for sure. Yeah,
that story wasn't supposed to get out, but it got out anyway because somebody turned on him in the IRS and said he owes almost $3-4 million in taxes. And you notice how he got there so fast? Yeah, he got there real fast. I mean, so yeah, he is a shill. He's there to incite a riot. He's there to split in division between white, black, Hispanic. No, it's against everybody. We're against tyranny, and tyranny knows no color.
Well, what they're saying is, if you don't obey the police, you're the enemy.
Yeah,
the police can tell you to do. If you don't do what we tell you, because we're always right and you're always wrong. That's what's going on.
They want us to.
It's a war on the human race.
It's the money junkie. No.
Okay.
It's the money junkies against the poor people. That's what it really is.
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily the poor people, just anybody who isn't capable of getting on top. I mean,
because
there's.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I don't have a complete thought. I'm trying to get through my.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like I said, because like I said, who's running the country? Who's running the media? Who's running the government? You know, it's the people with the money. It's not the. I mean, like I said, Obama. He's just how do you say? He's a puppet. And then they're all puppets. They're just going to do what the money junkies tell them to do.
And I have to tell you, yeah,
it's all about money.
And I have to say this too: in their eyes, anybody that makes less than $300,000 a year is poor. So make sure that's who's all lumped in that category in their eyes. So don't think it's because
George
you're
Carlin
driving a BMW that you're not excluded in their eyes. That you're on the
George Carlin had it right. He had it right. If there's an exclusive club of billionaires and trillionaires, and if you ain't part of it, you're not in it.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah, there's probably millionaires that are excluded.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Yeah.
And then
like,
further than that, it goes
wannabe...
into families.
About a minute ago.
What happened a minute ago? I missed that. Was somebody saying something?
But no, I want to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I really want to see what's going to happen tonight. Because they're going to be back.
Well, the real test is going to be Friday night, Saturday. That's going to be the real. Because that's when people can take the day off. You know, that's just like at Bundy Ranch. You had a big showing on Saturday. It's going to be the same type of deal. People are going to be willing to drive 8 hours.
And I can understand people's points about that because, like I said, they got families they got to take care of. They got children they got to take care of. I mean...
Yeah, school started this week, all that stuff.
I mean, if you watch even the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson, he said it right there in front of everybody. He says, I'm a father first. I can't, you know. And eventually he fought. He says, I got to. He got pushed into the corner, and he had to fight. You know, Mel Gibson's character in that movie, which I thought was... And it's right. When you eventually get pushed in the corner and you have no choice but to fight for your children, money is no option anymore. It's down to survival.
Yeah.
And that's where it's going to go.
And I'd like to add that, speaking of money, it always bewilders me that if this was really about money, these people already have the money. And I don't just mean the amount they have in their bank account or the percentage of the world's wealth that they control, but I'm talking about they own the systems and channels that divert money, which is a flow of currency. And they already own the fucking things. They own it all. And
you gotta understand one thing, Chad. These people have an addiction problem. They're addicted. That's why we call them money junkies. They're like a drug addict. They need more and more.
Let the system, let the rat run on the cage for fucking ever and keep getting richer. Why keep clamping it down?
Because there's no more. Because there's no more money anymore. Don't you see the countries are getting ready to collapse? That's why all this is.
They print the money in Virginia. It's pieces of paper.
Dude,
it's not even that. It's digits on a computer.
Exactly.
Dude,
it's imaginary. I do understand. It's a figment of our imagination.
The more money we put out there in circulation, the less the
more
dollars.
Debt. I get it. I understand fiat currency. It's a figment of our fucking imagination.
I know that, but what I'm saying is the less it's worth. The less it's worth, the less these money junkies.
The poorer we get, the less.
That's only if
I get
it's only less worth if people actually know how much there is. Nobody knows how many $1 bills there are in circulation right now. There's probably 5,000 underneath somebody's house right there in Ferguson. They got it buried. Nobody keeps track of that shit. There's no way to. People print it all the freaking time.
That's why there's more digital. That's why there's more digital than there is printed, because they can keep track of the digital.
And it's so funny that people are so much about money, right? The trend is moving away from money to bitcoins, and I like the concept of bitcoins, but that's an even worse fiat money. It has nothing tangible.
Well, it's essentially what we have now, because the amount of what they call M1 money supply, which is physical money, is a small portion of what there's M2 and M3 money supply, which is the digital plus the debt on top of that. That's supposed to be money, but it's not because it's debt.
I know.
Those are exponentially bigger than M1. So yeah, your physical money is like nothing. They're both digital.
Technically nothing. They're both fiat. If the internet was shut down tomorrow, Bitcoin is done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
I mean,
We can still
imaginary.
pretend with the dollar bill.
you got to go
We'll
back
still
to
be
what real
pretending.
money is, but most
Right.
people don't hear what real money is because they don't have any.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's all imaginary. But here's the thing: the people that created this board game that we're all playing, they know it's imaginary. We know it's imaginary, but they're still profiting off of it. So why not let the rat keep running on the wheel and keep passing go and collecting 200 and feeding the beast? Why not? Why keep clamping it down?
Because there's more
my
to
point.
it.
Well, there is more to it, and that's my point. This isn't about money. Money's useless. It's just the carrot on the stick. Is all money is. That's
It's just
what
a
the
method
dollar
of
bill is.
control. They're just about
That's
control.
right. And these people are not about the money. They're about the control, and they're sociopaths. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't care about money, did he?
No, you're missing. I'm going to say it. You're missing the point. The point is when that dollar becomes the less valuable in the world, they lose power. That's why they're trying to start a war. That's why they're trying to start a war with Russia. That's why they're trying to start a war in Iraq and everybody. Because the less money they have, the less power they have.
Well,
and that's why
they don't want their next generation to have to actually work for a living.
That's right. And the whole point about it is when Nixon took us off gold convertibility, you're right. It is you're going with that point. When you used to have gold for $30 an ounce and you could get it with real money. Right, okay, I understand that. But what I'm saying is when they are value or their dollar, that's why you have the BRICS nation coming up against it and the dollar's losing. So the more money they're losing, even though it's paper money and they can print it up, yet, in other words, they can print that money up, and it loses value. It loses, and then eventually, what's going to happen is everybody else's dollar, like your dollar, my dollar, and there's like it's going to collapse, and then you're going to have the riots in the streets anyway because no one's going to be able to afford anything.
That's the whole concept behind keeping money going. It's not because the rich want to stay rich. The rich, what we call rich, they're really not rich. They're wealthy, and what I mean by that is. Every dollar on earth could disappear tomorrow, and their great-great-grandkids will still never have to work a day in their life. They don't just have dollars. They have yen, they have baht, they have pound. That's all nothing to them. I'm talking about when they own freaking parcels of land that are just bigger than cities, when they have so many resources that can produce. Exactly. They don't have to worry about money. Money is simply what they use to keep the populace going along. Money's simply the leash that keeps its bitch in line.
Money
on the stick.
Money controls your labor, which is basically slavery.
Which is ultimately energy, which is back to the Matrix. We're all just batteries plugged into this system.
Mind blown. Boom.
Current. Current. See? The flow of current. See?
See it? Now, what's the deal with they weren't able to light these Molotovs? They tried, but they couldn't light them, I guess?
Incompetence at every level. Get it together, guys. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, they could light a blunt, no problem, and they can't get a Molotov cocktail.
They threw it in a garbage can, and it was still lit. And the other guy took it out and threw it out, and because they threw it in a garbage can. I was like, oh boy, that's really gonna, They threw it in a garbage can next to a bus stop. And the garbage can was up on fire. They tipped the garbage can over and somehow put it out. It didn't even burst. I don't even know if they used a plastic or what the hell they were using at the bottle. But you can't use plastic. I don't know if you told them that.
You need glass. Well, I didn't call him personally, so.
Yeah, but yeah.
Maybe Chad did. Chad may have did a personal message to him. But
What's that?
Said you may have sent him a personal message on making a Molotov, but I didn't.
No. Yeah, don't use plastic, use glass.
Yeah, you needed something a little break. Yeah, that was pretty bizarre. I was like, how do you mess that up?
Because the guy took it out of the garbage can. And I was like, it didn't blow up.
Kids these days, God.
Yeah, nobody's a pyromaniac like they used to be.
I mean, you look at them Ukrainians when they were rioting over in Kiev they were being taught how to do it by the U.S. government, but they had to, they were going all over the place and lighting the tires on fire and stuff like that.
I'm just shocked there isn't some other country trying to come over here and help people out. Hey, you guys want to riot? Here you go.
I've always wondered And I'm not suggesting that people in Ferguson do this, but
Of course not.
if let's just say 1,000 people went to Walgreens and bought that 99-cent pack of balloons, of jumbo balloons, and then they, I don't know, filled it up with like something like alcohol or something highly flammable that you could get underneath your kitchen sink. I'm just wondering if 1,000 people threw those balloons at something and then someone threw something with fire, what would happen?
What would happen?
Chad's giving people ideas.
I'm just wondering if body armor, protects against your head and neck against that. I'm just wondering.
And I wonder if those ARAPs have an air support on them.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Probably not.
When the whole fucking thing is in flames.
Their version probably doesn't have that. You can have it, but they probably don't.
Hey, we don't know. They like.
Well, I don't know. If I put a turkey in an oven and I light the oven, I'm sorry, but the turkey's gonna cook.
Yeah.
Then so the people inside that MRAM are gonna cook.
Even if they had the ability.
Smell bacon.
Even if they had the ability on those MRAPs, they probably don't maintain it enough to make it effective in this. Although they do have quite a bit of CS out there, so if it keeps CS out, it's got some sort of filter.
Yeah.
Capacity.
Yeah, but I don't know if it has actual air tanks, because if it's fully engulfed, you have to.
Oh yeah, it's not fully engulfed. MRAP will never be fully engulfed. Not most of them. Not especially the ones they have. Yeah, it's not
a whole bunch of gasoline on top of it.
It'll burn through the filter.
Ain't been there yet.
It'll burn through the filter eventually.
You guys are the people that Truth Seeker was saying them cops need to look out for, because most of the general population ain't going to think outside the box like that.
I didn't say nothing.
Well, and you can see it right on an MRAP. You got on one side, you've got the what do you call a stovepipe or the
intake
snorkel, the snorkel intake, and then on the other side you'll have the actual filter. You'll see a big coffee can looking thing, and that is the filter. That is in there. That's when you do your maintenance, it comes in and out, and it depends on which version you have. If you got a Bobcat or which one, but there's a big coffee can looking thing on there, and that's one of the filters.
Yeah, so they can keep the pressure from rotating through it. So to keep the airflow going through it, to filter anything out.
Yeah, because like on your vehicle, you'll have the little canister on your air intake. It'll be like a small.
Right.
It'll be clear and have a little red, green, yellow indicator on it. It's the same thing. This thing is much bigger because of the size of the.
Well, like I said, on these I didn't see an intake on them or anything like that. I didn't see anything fangled on it. That's what I was looking for. I was like, whoa, Molotov cocktail, open intake, pour down there, bye bye.
And if I remember correctly, I think they did say that they had a Bobcat. If I remember correctly, now that I think about one of the stories I read. Which is an old version. That's like one of the first MRAP versions from like 10 years ago.
Was that on tracks or is that still with tires?
Those are tires. All MRAPs are tired vehicles.
Okay. So you say we should all go to Home Depot and buy boxes of nails and screws?
They probably have run flats.
I'm thinking
most of them are.
A can of spray foam would work really good. There's a lot of open holes that you could shoot that shit into, and it'll expand right on out and clog it right up. Exhausts, air intakes.
Those tires will burn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Most of them, I think they're like 3-4 inches solid rubber.
Yeah.
I mean, they're built.
Throw Molotov cocktails, nails and screws, broken bottles.
I didn't say nothing.
So when the MRAPs can't move anymore, they have to get out eventually, and then they have screws, nails, broken glass, and incoming fire. Okay, I understand the game plan.
You gotta remember, back in World War II.
That's straight up Warsaw Ghetto stuff.
That's right. In World War II, they did that with the tire tanks. The stupid idiots didn't put machine guns on them, so the infantry would just walk up and just lob grenades down them, and just boom.
Police of Ferguson in Missouri are struggling to contain riots, which are into a fourth night. It follows the killing of unarmed teenager Michael Brown by an officer. Security forces fired tear gas after being attacked with Molotov cocktails, reportedly injuring a policeman. Let's go live, trying to see a Churkiner who's in Ferguson for us. Good to see that. The situation seems to be deteriorating then. Talk us through what's happening.
That is in fact the case. Actually, just seconds ago, a huge explosion went off right next to us as a police car was driving down the central street in Ferguson. A huge explosion. We don't know what it is. We do see police cars leaving now. This comes just minutes after tear gas was fired at protesters as yet again, for yet another night in a row, police have been clashing with protesters coming out onto the streets following the death of 18-year-old unarmed Michael Brown. We know that, of course, for all of these nights after night, police and protesters have been clashing. There have been rubber bullets used, tear gas fired. Right now, there seems to be mayhem unraveling as we speak. We're seeing a police car pull up where the explosion just took place. Police in riot gear are exiting the car to supposedly investigate what happened. This literally took place meters away from where we're standing. We're on the central street in Ferguson, where in fact chaos night after night. It's really unclear how much worse this situation is going to get, because just yesterday we thought that this would be pretty much possibly the end, but unfortunately that does not seem to be the case tonight. We're standing on the street that's scattered with different kinds of tear gas cannons, including hand-thrown ones and also ones that have been fired from rifles. Right now we're seeing ambulances going up the streets, so we will have to really report later as events unravel.
I say thank you very much.
It ain't the end. It will never be the end. That's one fucking mistake she made. It'll never be the end. This is
dude, you know what's really funny to me? How much these events keep happening is to the point where it's like it just has to happen. I remember when I found the dragon, I came to the dragon because the Not Perfect one, talked to me about the dragon. I had never heard of it. I was on the Not Perfect one's AR-15 talk, and he told me about the dragon. He said, yeah, it's a bunch of guys. They talk. Just be prepared. They talk about some crazy stuff. I was like, what kind of crazy stuff? Oh, anything from guns and eating vagina and all kinds of bloody vagina. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. So I came to the Green Dragon because I thought we were going to talk about eating bloody vagina, but there's always a freaking news thing coming on where we can't even talk about that.
Yes, there is. You're right about that. And that's why I always have my private chat so we can talk about that.
Now I know I don't get in those chats.
Yeah. You always get invited.
Yeah, that's why I don't join those.
HDP knows me too well.
I feel so left out. I'm the new guy.
Well, new guy, I don't know who you are, but
you don't know.
Around. Who are you? Who am I talking to? Who am I talking
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I've been coming around for
what's
months.
up, brother? Yeah, buddy, what's going on, man?
All right, I got my 3% up there right now, and I don't have my light on in my room.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Just send me a. If you're in my circle, brother, I'll start getting the links out to you. No problem.
Yeah, I know Tony is though. I know Tony because that's how I met. That's how I got into the Green Dragon, talking to Tony.
Okay.
Because I was so proud of him when he went down there. Him and Desert Prepper went down there, and I watched those guys.
No. HDP, sir. We're on with HDP.
HDP. When you guys went down there to the Bundy Ranch, and I was like, oh man, those guys have kunyans. I mean, they're down there standing up for everybody's rights, and people, these dummies in this country, don't even know it.
That's right.
I knew it.
If I wasn't 4,500 miles, I would have been right there with them.
Me too. I don't get paid a lot of money on Social Security disability, so I get like $900 a month. And that's all I got to live on for the month.
Yeah. That sucks. And there's a lot of people that wish they could be with them.
But I think it's important to note that even and there are a lot of people in that situation, everyone can do their part, and that's the value of social media. You can be a reporter, you can be an investigator, you can be the eyes and ears of the internet when needed from home, and it doesn't cost you any money. It just costs attention and energy to focus on things and to pay attention and be willing to share it with other people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at my channel. I mean, that's all I do is I find videos that no one's seen, and I put it right on my channel.
And you are making a difference right from your living room, because eventually it's going to be on your front door anyway, or it's going to be in your town where you can go and be there directly. And until then, the best thing you can do, given the resources at hand, is exactly what you're doing.
Well, yeah, most of my money I stocked up on ammo and stuff like that, and I got to take care of the people around me first, and that's what I tried to tell Tony, because he was getting all upset, and I said, don't get upset, take care of the ones around you first.
Right.
You can't be a hero. You got to take a run, and like I said, him and the High Desert Prepper, they were down there and they were in the area and they could do something about it. I wish I could have went down there. I have the gear. I have my Kevlar, which they think they're going to take from me. Try again, So I got
it's
more.
High Desert Pioneer, but it's all good.
Who's High Desert Prepper?
There's
the North Desert Prepper.
No, there's not High Desert Preppers. It's High Desert Pioneer.
I'm sorry, Pioneer.
It's okay.
No worries.
It's just I always thought you was a prepper because, well, you are a prepper.
Well, I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
Just not the title.
HTP's a smart man.
I mean, because he's reloading and doing everything like that. So,
That's what we all should be doing.
Oh, yeah.
HDP is a guru, my man. He is a...
Go with what skills you have.
He's our brains of the operation here at the Green Dragon.
Oh yes. No, we're so
when the shit gets thick, Wolf. When the shit gets thick, HDP's there to.
Well, he's always
HDP for president.
Somebody mute the chat in the background over there. So
I'd burn it all down if I was president. I don't think we want that.
No, not of the U.S. Whatever we name.
Oh,
it
right.
after,
I'm with you.
One.
I'm with you. All right.
Brother Brown.
Yes,
you
sir.
With us? What's going on, Brother Brown? I haven't heard from you all night.
Wow, what if we didn't call it the U.S.? What if we just called it us?
Us.
Brother Brown, what's going on? Talk to us.
I went through job application with TSA.
Right.
Run away! Keep running!
Somebody called for an interview at the airport, so I went out there, and lo and behold, the interview, the job location, it's not just the food court. The restaurant is actually at the end of the walkways, right at the United Airlines Dispatch Center, right? So I cleared the interview with the employer, got the job, but I was honest on my application.
Right.
From something that happened in 1982, and the frickin' employer went off on me, and I couldn't understand it. Yeah, because I disclosed something, because I knew I was going to get screened by the TSA because they fingerprint you and everything. There's two different spots. You got the food court, but when you get out past the security areas where you're working, they have a different type of. You have to be screened by the government to work out there, right? And I knew that, so I disclosed the charge from 1982.
Right.
And she threw me out of this was Monday. She threw me out of the place, man. She got so pissed off that I disclosed my record. She threw me out, and then she called me last night and asked me to come back in to go to TSA and get fingerprinted and shit.
Maybe she got some cock last night.
No, she's a les. Yeah, but...
oh, she's a les. All right, well, maybe she left on some carpet.
She
probably munched on some carpets last night.
But it was a trip to see the TSA firsthand. I hadn't been out there in a long time, and got to see the boys in action. I don't know if I want to work at the airport now with the viruses coming, though. I may have to disclose that and not go.
Yeah, watch yourself with those airports, man.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it the past couple of days, everybody. I don't think I really want to be working at an airport right now,
I don't blame you, Brother Brown.
Yeah, just because of the virus type crap.
You know what I'm sick of seeing on social media is all these people begging for federal action and Barack Obama to intercede on their behalf.
Exactly.
I'm like, you people have lost your minds. It's like all you're asking is for the benevolent dictator to come in there and run your life.
That's making a deal with the devil.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the point.
That's the people that are. That's the other side. You got the fascists on the right wing side supporting the police state. Then you got the communists on the left wing side asking for intercession from the feds. It's like,
Or
And
better
too
yet,
bad
the people.
and we're in the middle.
No, we're above it. We're above it. We're not in the middle. We're above it.
Thank you, sir.
That's
And the
why
people
I-
calling for UN intervention, saying, "Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh, you know, if there's going to be this and that and the other, will the UN get involved?" And it's like, excuse me, will the UN get involved in Missouri? What?
Yeah, that'll things will get
Or-
real bad.
Or Detroit.
Ronnie Brown, put in the
Or the border?
Yeah.
Ronnie Brown, put in the what you're watching. Put that link in the side chat for me.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's old.
Yeah. It's all right. Put it in there for me. Put it in
I
there.
was listening to the St. Louis Scanners just a second ago,
Yeah.
and the official scanners, and they're dead so far. But they had a little bit of action there with the scanner deal. The officers, but they ended up getting sidetracked with some burglaries and stuff. Yeah, it's just a YouTube link. You want it though, G?
Yeah, send it through.
Seems like the people who really wanted to put in some work would go about right now.
That UN thing in town, I was taken aback when I saw that, Chad. I heard you mention it. The
A couple
Ferguson,
people repeating that nonsense.
but because I didn't, I'm not a feed. I don't watch feed or anything, but I went to one of my other social home for where I watch news at when I do go there, and it was streaming there from their home channel, the actual news channel. But from there, I found a little scanner link type thing, and I don't like the thought of UN being in town though at all.
Oh, never. That's my trigger. That's when I click off safe right there.
I heard that. I don't like that a bit.
Well, that's what they're trying to do with Ebola. I mean, the UN has the UN disease control, and they say the CDC says if they turn around and it does start out bad here, the UN's supposed to take over.
Is that
right? Yeah, the UN Centers for the UN Foreign Disease Control or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come in because they say they're unilateral, and they're going to come in and take over everything and declare martial law or some shit. I was just watching Alex Jones the other night.
I had some really trip shit happen here this past couple of days. It's good news, man, but staying positive in the attitude, man, it really worked out for me. Without thinking about it, everybody, but it's been a rough couple months for this guy over here on this side of town, and I just went about my business, man, and I'm going to San Antonio on the 21st for a $2,000 gig, and the mover, this chick that I'm moving, she's paying my flight back. So it's a four-letter word, WORK.
It burns.
Yeah, I'm happy
It
about
burns.
it. I'm happy.
Hey guys, we should shout out the chat room because even though we're completely ignoring everybody, we still have 30
Yeah, I just
live.
want to. Yeah, I was going to do that, Chad. You beat me to it, but I just didn't want to interrupt you guys. But we got 30,
Interrupt them, damn it.
we got 36 viewers, guys. Thank you guys for hanging in there and listening to us. We still got Brian Kai out there, Brother Cantus, Southern Patriot, Tackle Tony, get your ass in here. Glenn, get your ass in here. I just sent you a link.
JQHL.
We got High Desert Pioneer in Chad Lilly.
That guy.
We got Brother Brolance. We got Lone Wolf. Mule. When the fuck did Mule get in here?
Just now.
Where's Mule? Brother Mule.
He's here.
My dog. Brother Ronnie Brown. And let's see who else is out here.
Do you know
Twitter
the link?
is busy. What do you need, buddy?
Oh, we've even got some trolls out here tonight. Welcome, boys.
All right, Tactical Tony, I know you're busy with Twitter, but get your ass in when you can.
The link is in the room.
The link, yeah, we did the link 2 hours ago. The link is in the room.
Yeah.
Troll alert. Carl Bear. Troll alert.
Alright, we got, let's see, Madisuna, Lena Ray, Gerald B. Just One Fix 2004. We got a troll alert, huh? Mr. Tommy Boy 9, thanks for hanging out with us, brother, as always. JQHL, you were in last night. Thanks for coming back tonight. American died 1913. What's going on?
I like him.
Steve Cream Peen. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you got something to say, Mr. Steve, as always here at the Dragon, we always got room, even for the negative fucks. So if you want your ass to come on in and talk to us, my brother. We always got time to listen. 10-round Patriot, where the fuck are you at? Prez Mo Boma, what up, dog? Thanks for listening. Let's see. Mr. Blaze One. Chris G9MB. Caregiver 7751. That's a long time.
Now I has you.
And that's about it. Wild Out Horseman, get your ass in here, brother.
And thank you for playing.
And let's see.
Got my friend Rebel tailing in there at the end 3 seconds ago on my chat.
Brother Reb, Stinger, don't know where y'all at.
In bed like most people.
No, they're not.
Oh, no.
It's 2:30 in the morning.
This
here,
chat's
my
all
brother.
downhill now, Mules here.
Fuck no, it's going uphill now. Now we're back in business.
What's
All
up,
right.
Jets? Keeping the fires burning, I see.
Yes, sir, baby boy. Always, my brother.
Telling truths, I see.
We
You know how it is.
do what we can.
Huh?
We do what we can, brother. There ain't no I in team. We all do it together.
Ain't nobody else doing it better.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You know what? Covering Twitter, covering, and you guys been saying the same shit I say, so. You know, I
It just
really
sounds
just
better
wish.
coming from you, Mule. It does. It sounds better coming from you.
No, it just sounds angrier.
Mule is the real voice of the dragon.
That's what I mean.
We're just his anchorman. Where's
Nah,
Wingman?
not even, man. Not even, dude. I'll tell you what, man. The way this shit's been going, it's been bumming me out, and hearing you guys say the same shit that's going on in my head actually helps bring me back up. You know what I mean? It's fucking depressing when you go out there and look at what the rest of the world, at least, like you said, trolls and all the rest are saying, and it's just goddamn ridiculous. You know?
I told him,
Get
yo.
past some of these-
What you taught me. We always got room for them. If they want to come in, let them come in. We can always fucking block them later.
That's what I said. It said that there is a chat link in the room, and down there.
I may be only a bartender, but I do remember the name.
Yep, and you've been holding it up like a big dog, G.
Trying to, brother. Got my boys with me, Chad, bro, Lance.
Dude,
There's Glenny boy.
Man, you know, in and out, full crowd
sir.
all night. Good
All
job,
night,
brother.
baby, all
Good
night.
job.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
I appreciate
it was good chat, guys. Good chat tonight, guys.
Last night I didn't start until 10:30, but I had fucking 40 heads on there in the first 10 minutes. So, you know, man, everybody they need the dragon, man. That's where they hear the truth, and that's where they're gonna get no bullshit, you know.
Well, I just hope
just like at the Bunny Ranch, just like the Bunny Ranch. Listen to me.
I hope we get an update from Zed and all that bullshit that's going on down there.
Mio, did you hear? Mio, did you get that message as well, Mio?
I did, and I told him to come talk to y'all because I was out, right? I wasn't even at home, but I told him to come talk to y'all, and I have not gotten the update yet. The last I've heard was, you know, this all started over something with his beautiful wife, right? Supposedly that somebody said she was reckless driving, and then the cops just came and like,
oh man,
freak the fuck out kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, she
And
said.
Zed's got cancer and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so it can't be easy for him. So yeah, definitely like an update, and I wish he could jump in. Hopefully, did you send him try sending him a link? Because I know he's in the Dragon. Okay, cool.
All night. Because she sent me a message. Yeah.
You know.
He's MIA right now.
As soon as she sent him, I fired it up live. And then I didn't know Tony was running it live, so we both were running it live at the same time. So I ended mine. Yeah, well, I ended mine, and then once we got the message, we went live with it real fast. And
right.
We sent her dozens and dozens of links, but like HTP said, it's not good that we're not hearing back from them. I just hope,
Yeah, definitely keep in your prayers, and that's why one of the reasons why I came in now was because I was reading what was going on Facebook or whatever, and she hadn't updated in a while, and I wondered if you guys ever got a chance to talk to him. Because, they had asked, and, you know what, if I'd have been home, I'd have been firing it up. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys did.
They were threatening them, threatening the kids, threatening her, threatening Zed. I mean, what the fuck?
But, how is anybody surprised, especially,
No, fuck.
It's fucking hearsay is what it is. It's all hearsay. Because someone said it? What are we, in Nazi Germany? Because someone says it? That's bullshit. If those cops didn't see it with their own two eyes, then it's fucking, you can't even use that.
Cops don't have to have a reason to kill us,
I
bro.
know.
They don't have to have a reason to kill us.
I know.
They can kill us whenever the fuck they want. And no one's gonna do shit about it.
Well, I'm hoping nothing happened to them. I'm hoping, I'm praying to God they're okay.
And if we stopped all this fucking divide and all this fucking division and all this fucking tyranny with us, I'm talking about us doing it to each other. If we stood up and we all stood together, do you fucking have any idea what we could accomplish?
Yep, exactly.
What happened at the Bundy Ranch? We showed up there with guns, right? Because we had more guns than they did. And what happened? We fucking turned the gates open. We opened up the gates and we got the fuck out of there real fast, right?
Yep, exactly.
Same fucking thing. It ain't because it's black. It's not because of the color. It's because they can do. It doesn't matter about color. Color has nothing to do with this because they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and that's their fucking message to us. Protocol, motherfuckers.
Doesn't matter. Those were black, white people out there, and they were all, to me, they were patriots, and they were brave.
They were standing up for their rights in their fucking neighborhood.
That's right. They're true patriots because they stood up and they were out there unarmed.
That's right.
Underneath the tyrannical government, pointing guns at them like they were some freaking terrorist group. And they were just out there holding up signs. And because some guy throws a plastic water bottle and they start firing at these people and injuring them, what's the fucking point?
Because we're overpopulated and the man wants to get rid of us. Don't you get it?
Oh, I get it.
The man already said it. The man already said it. The fucking dictator already said it and came on the national television. In his words, is that we're overpopulated and it's time to start clearing fucking heads. Why do you think we have this Ebola? You think the Ebola just fucking came out of nowhere?
No, it did. And they have a patent on it, and they also have.
I'm sorry to go off on a rant, and it's not you, brother. It's just that.
No, please, man, go.
All the bullshit, and no one's really. We're not going to hear the truth from them. You're going to get the truth inside here, and that's that. That's the only place you're going to get the truth. Unfortunately, you're definitely not going to get it watching
nobody
TV.
Here is afraid of them. That's why.
Oh shit! He got booted. I gotta get Glenn back in here.
That too.
I got him. I'll get him right now. I don't fuck around.
Try sending it to the WI.
Yep, Doug did it right there. Yep, 10-4.
He's in on a couple just in case.
Yep.
Shit like that.
Yep, I did it right now.
I mentioned this earlier, and I just want to mention it again. I would wish these chats could eventually turn into a place where there was like 80% formulation of solution. I mean, because it doesn't take very long to tell about the problems that exist, but formulating a solution to that problem does take a little longer. And when all of us come together, all these minds together, I think we can work on a solution to the problem
Right.
and talk
Well,
about the solution.
I just wish there was somebody advising a lot of the church leaders in the area to encourage their members to show up armed to protect the rest of their members. You know what I
That's
mean?
a solution. I agree with that totally.
And
They got to get out of that 501c3. They can't be attached to the government in any form.
well, and the church shouldn't be attached to the government, you know, and there's got to be some that aren't. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of them, and the smaller churches that I've talked to, they're striving to get that 501c3 exemption because they need the money, and it's always been about the love of money, which is the root of all evil.
Tax status crap.
What's that?
Is that the tax exempt status crap for the churches that 50? So if I have a tax exemption, you can't stand up against the government.
Exactly.
Yep, they'll
And they're
take it away
actually
from you.
trying to get it. I mean, most of the smaller churches,
actually,
they want that exemption, and they don't care whether or not, about speaking about the government. But there are a lot of churches that are combining and saying, they have that day. Why do you need one day to talk about it? But they have that day where they're like free day. You can talk about the government on that day, and all the churches come together and talk about them on that day. And I just think that's a real joke.
well, yeah. See, I don't know. Well, I am the pastor of the Church of the Second Amendment, so.
Thing is, bro, Lance, everybody wants the people watching, they want this shit to go away. They think, oh, sweetie, everything is going to go. Everything is going to be better. It's going to be all right, sweetie. Go to bed. No, fuck that. Ain't shit going to get better.
Keep your fucking head in the sand.
That's why I always
And
got
act
my
like they-
fucking eyes open. And
Well,
my
I'll tell you
wife
what,
says, why are you always getting
Michael
bullets?
Brown-
Why are you always getting bullets? Why you got thousands of bullets? How much fucking ammo are you going to buy, G? It's never enough, my love. Never enough.
You got the same problem I got.
Never enough.
I hear the same thing from mine. It's like, oh boy, I'm gonna keep on buying.
I
As
will
long as I
keep
can.
buying and fucking clean the cobwebs off the motherfucking cases. I don't give a shit.
I gotta say, right now, mine's a bow hunter. She's all into this fucking secret.
Good.
The new one?
Yeah.
How old is this one?
33.
Oh, dude, good job. Good job.
Mine too. 33. Just turned 33.
We got
But
31 viewers still hanging out with us. Just checking the external, making sure that we don't got any new bites. Reb, come on in, brother Reb.
I would just love to see, the people stand up and pull a Bundy Ranch. And when you see somebody like Matt out talking about it, it's like, what?
Well,
You're saying the same shit I've said for months, and I've been saying for days since the beginning of this?
Well, Neil, I think what's going on is Maddow standing up because he realizes they're out there arresting freaking reporters with their news corporation, and they're realizing that towing the corporate line ain't going to save you forever, because once you use those used out, they're going to arrest you next.
Yep.
I think they would have got a clue when they started putting government agencies in their news agencies to monitor everything that went out.
The FCC guys sitting there watching with the black suits on.
Yeah, you think they would have got a clue then. Hey, I can't put something out without your approval. Ugh, something's wrong here.
Hey, Tony, be cool, man. You said you're going to bed there, G.
No, Tony's busy on Twitter, and no, Tony ain't going to fucking bed.
All right, my misquote.
No, Tony will be back. I just sent you a message, Reb. I'm going to send you another link.
He's laying down in bed, man. He's like me. We should have been asleep a while ago. Just can't seem to pull the plug.
I got too much I don't know, man. I feel like fucking. I just want to fucking.
You want to do it? Yeah, you feel like you want to do a Tony.
I'm just
That's
too
what
fucked up right now. I can't go to bed, man. I'm too fucking.
Because I know how Tony used to get, and that's how you probably.
I'm too jacked up. Yeah, man. I'm a loud fucking angry Greek. I'm obnoxious. I get crazy a little bit when I
when you see
get
something
around a lot
going
of
on. No, when you see something going on, it ain't supposed to be going on. Then it's when you become a loud, obnoxious Greek. God bless
Like I
you.
said, man, I got 2 kids, man. I got a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old and a wife that depends on me, and I cannot just leave and just go 4,000, 5,000 miles away and just leave them there. You know, it doesn't work like that. You know, she's got access. She's got access to the safe. She knows what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. But really, she doesn't when it comes down to that shit, you know?
You're the man of the house, and you're the protector.
Yeah, exactly. I can't sleep there if I know. If I'm not there, I
something might be
can't sleep.
happening to them 5,000 miles away, and
Yeah,
you can't
you never
do
know.
about it.
Exactly.
Because that's any man's worst fear. That something's going on, and you couldn't have been there. You should have been there.
And people ask me all the time, they say, gee, what are you going to do when shit hits the fan? Blah, 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 blah. I say, look, what I need is at my house. That's my castle. And that's what I'm going to defend. And once they get through me, then that's that. I can't fight no more.
That's like I just said. If they come to my door, I'm taking a few of them with me.
Exactly. That's your castle. You can't leave your castle.
Well, I'm too sick to leave, so I can't go anywhere.
I'm a little bit like you, my brother. I got some shit with me too, but
man, it's
I'm
damn
a soldier, man.
Oh, I'm gonna fight anyway. I don't care. People, I talked to you guys a couple weeks ago, and you was like, dude, you don't sound very. I was like, well, 5 heart attacks. I ain't dead yet, so my chances are going up.
God bless you, brother. God bless you.
I mean, I got my armor and everything like that, and I'm ready to go. It's just, like I said, right now where I live in Northeast PA, it's just massively quiet. There's nothing going on here. No
I'm
riots.
not too far away from you. I'm over here in I'm in Annapolis.
You're right down the street from me. I passed by there a couple times going to South Carolina.
Yep.
My Myrtle Beach. Well, I like I said, me and her were supposed to go on vacation, and I said, I had to go out and buy stuff for like tents and everything like that, and gear and everything like that. I said, just no way.
Yeah, like right now, we're at the beach. We're in Ocean City right now. We came back, so it's only an hour and a half from the house. So
I'm stuck out here.
I was going to stay home, but I can't even stay home and let them know that they're here by themselves.
Yeah, like I keep on telling everybody, right? Everybody's telling me, oh, they're gonna bug out, and they're like, I said, bullshit. They're gonna have the roads blocked. You ain't going nowhere.
Oh, don't worry about it. All this kind of crap that's going on in St. Louis is coming to a city near you soon.
Oh, I know it is.
How soon? Who knows? You know what? It may be starting even tonight, right now in L.A., and we're not hearing about it. Who knows?
I see enough shit in Baltimore.
I know they're planning on doing a protest for the cops shooting down that mentally ill kid in
Sunday.
In L.A. And one of them got it on video of this cop saying shoot that animal or some shit. So yeah, it's.
I can see
after tonight. I mean, like you guys said, you guys watch them start. And what have I said from the beginning? Who starts the riot? The cop. The cops start the riot.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. I can see one big problem.
Well, they came dressed for a reason, right?
Around, like when something pops up in one city and you send everybody over to that city, and then something pops up down here and you send everybody over there. One big problem with that is they can easily set up an ambush to take out the best crowd. Everybody go down here. This is the circumstance, and then all the militia from all these states gather down there. You can easily wipe them all out at one time.
You know what? They're in Missouri. Why aren't the Missouri militia over there helping support these people? Why aren't they giving calls to the local churches and going, hey, listen, do you mind if we come too? We're happy-go-lucky, gun-owning, support the First, Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth Amendment people, and we're going to stand behind you.
From what Chad says, they're in the game.
They're going to hold signs too and protest with you, right?
We're gonna
And
be
we're going to
armed.
support you while we're as battle rattled as those guys. But we have our shit on our backs while they have theirs at the hot bed.
Oh shit!
What's up, G?
Some girl just caught a dude cheating on her, and she walked into the. Damn! There's about to be a girl fight. I'm trying to. It's too far away from me to get it on. Sorry. It's
Oh.
off the rails. Sorry, it's off subject. Sorry. You know me.
I was trying to support you, G, because you're saying you'd stay there with your family. I completely believe that there's a real need to stick with your local state, because if they call a bunch of people into a group, round them up, and then kill them all off, your local state's now screwed because you sent your whole militia to another state. So your state should have its own well-regulated militia that can defend that state and not have to call on other states.
Yeah, you would never send everybody anyway. I mean, that would be crazy. But that's
HDP was talking about this earlier.
Well, that was the big thing about the Texas border. That's why they said, don't send anybody down here. Stay home. Protect your own and your own state, because you're going to send everybody down there, and then they're going to send the army down there or whatever, and going to knock it, just like you guys are saying. So it's better not to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I mean, you have a handful to go support. I mean, a handful here and there never hurt, but yeah, it can't be everybody, that's for sure. And that's what happened out here with Bundy Ranch. A handful from even Vegas and a handful from up north, and that, then you had some from Arizona come over, and pretty much, and then before you know it, you have a pretty sizable group.
And that's the same thing they need to do down there, right? And hook up with the churches down there, do it through the churches, right? Mosques, whatever fuck you want to do it through, right? But get it through whatever community organization you can to stand behind them and just make sure the cops don't get out of hand, right?
Exactly.
And you know what? Even the people around them, those that are hot-headed or whatever, will not be as ready to be throwing bottles, right?
Right.
If they're standing between the guns.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be much more ready to say, hey, let's keep this nice and peaceful, everybody.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Most stuff. Absolutely.
And you know what?
You got to get more involved. The more you get involved.
To all of our new Hispanic neighbors that have been walking across the desert to flee a war-stricken country ruled by martial law, welcome to America. Glad you made it. Now pick up a stick.
Oh my God, that was good. Yeah. Enjoy it. Have some fun with it.
Maybe we can go to Disneyland.
Yeah, it's going to be
inflamed.
inflamed.
I read on Twitter, though, it seems that Hamas and the people of the Gaza Strip are sending tear gas tips.
Yeah, saw that.
To the people of Ferguson.
Oh. Well, Missouri's on the map for something.
Well, all those guys were in here trying to decide how to blow up, how to light an MRAV on fire.
Ain't hard. Just takes gasoline.
Yeah, it ain't hard.
It's real quick. I don't mean to interrupt. It's almost 3 in the morning here. I might have to go inside with the lady. I know I'm the only one. I'm the only one here as the dragon. I don't want to shut her down because I know we're still hot and heavy. But HD, can you come back in as the dragon and shut her?
I gotta go to bed, man.
Yeah, me too. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to. I mean, I can just shut the live thing down, and you guys can keep talking, of course, in the after chat.
Right. But I gotta pull the plug anyway myself at 2.
Okay.
I gotta.
The old lady's gonna be waking me up in about another hour to go food shopping. So.
My boys are gonna wake me up in 3 hours, so I gotta hit the sack. But like I said, everyone who came out, everyone who came watch and listen, thank you guys for listening to us. I know we've been on nonstop, but there's just a lot of shit going on, and
just be safe, guys. Okay, just be safe out there and keep your eyes open.
And hey, anybody out there, little note. If anybody out there is from Missouri, if you're close enough to give us better info, more intel, talk to people down there, hold a
no
live
doubt.
fucking chat at the
Yes.
protest. You let one of us know. We
No
will
doubt.
crank this puppy up.
Yep.
Okay? If you're
Yep.
going to go down there and you take your phone and you do a live chat from the protests in Ferguson, we will turn this on.
You all gotta do is let us,
Mhm.
let anyone know here at the Dragon, and we will fire this bitch up like Mule said in a second.
Hey, Ron's out. Good night there, Mule. Hey, G.
Yep. Hey,
Roland,
thanks
good
for
night.
everyone's help too. Chad,
Good night,
Broland,
Ron.
Glenn,
Good night.
Lone Wolf.
Good night,
Good
Ace.
night there, brothers.
God bless and
Laser.
stay safe. We love you all, and I'm gonna start the motherfucker up again tomorrow night, baby.
All right.
Well, I got it tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, bitches.
Thursday night, 9 o'clock. 9
All
o'clock
right.
Central, 7 o'clock Western, 10 o'clock Eastern,
Yep.
blah, blah, whatever's in between.
Exactly. Love you all. Be safe.
Night, guys. Good
Good night,
luck.
guys.
Take care,
Good
guys.
night and good luck.
Good night.